Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Kayfabe Podcast, but it is a special edition. This is the Tuesday in your house edition, and it is jam-packed with guests today. If you are a fan of WWT, then you know these faces. The PR princess is here, Stone Cold Courtney Rice, the timeless wonder, and we have the professor here, all right? Bonafide. What? How many names, honey? How many names we at now?
Bonafide, the professor, Hollywood G. I'm not sure. There's just so many, and there's so many more to come. It's just endless.
Thank you, guys.
A man of many names.
Yes, Deonce has come off his tour to join us back again on the Kayfabe Podcast.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, took a time out for all the single fathers out there dancing and stuff for him. And still got the shirt. Right there. Oh my goodness. But first, before we begin, how is everybody? Professor, it's been a minute since we've seen you, man. How is everybody going?
Yeah, things are good. It's been a very, very busy time. A lot of things are happening. But good things, staying super busy. We've got a big show coming up Saturday night with Ashe, and lots going on with Southern Honor and Nightmare Factory, and just all kinds of things are in the works. So I'm just it's been busy, but it's been good. So it's good to be hanging with you guys tonight.
Oh yeah, it's always great to be hanging with you and having you here on the Kayfabe Podcast.
Yeah, my first time on this one.
I know. Yeah, that's all. We gotta make sure it's right. We gotta make sure you get to have some fun with us.
For sure.
Do a couple of our known segments that we do. So we got that coming up for those that's tuning in. We got the Blind Five and we got a fantasy booking that I think y'all are going to enjoy, and y'all need to jump into the comments for them. So make sure that y'all keep staying tuned. Courtney, how are things on your end? How is the timeless elites?
It has been good. It's been busy but productive. As people know, I did my watch along for TNA Slammiversary, which we will talk about because there was a few things that I was observing throughout most of the matches, but it was a good, solid one. A lot of people were very happy in the chat, but it's been busy. Keeping myself productive. Also, ISPW is coming to Wildwood next week for one of their big shows next week, so that's going to be very, very exciting. So keeping myself productive and doing any way I can.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, indeed. Deonce, how are you feeling now off of the tour, back home, resting? How are you feeling today?
Jet lag.
You are mute.
Beautiful.
Don't worry, he's an artist. The technical of it. He focuses on the performances.
What's that thing she says when something messes up on stage? Somebody's getting fired.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, somebody's definitely getting fired. But while we can see you, but we can't hear you. But I hope you can hear us. But we'll go to Honey then. Honey, how's everything? Did they finish building out your coin vault that you can now swim in your money? I know y'all was getting that renovated, getting the tiles fixed and stuff.
Not quite yet, but it's cooking. Things are on the up and up in the honey pot. Doing well.
Okay. Deonne, man, Cody Rhodes is losing at SummerSlam. Don't say anything. Oh, that's wild.
Right.
Dang. Well.
Yeah, wait, Deonne, what do you want to talk about?
Wow. Okay. Oh boy.
I couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
Oh man. He'll be back. Shout out to everybody that's here joining us today. Yes, man, it's the Brady Bunch Boxes, Boza. We are here. But let's go ahead and jump into it while Deonne is getting that fixed. Starting off with a happy birthday to the legendary man himself, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. He is 60, I believe, today. Yes. So I want to go around and ask favorite Shawn Michaels moment.
Oh.
Honey, let's start off with you. You did that awesome video today honoring Shawn Michaels. So, favorite Shawn Michaels moment?
Damn. If you're all right. I mean, he is a man of many moments. That's what makes this really difficult. But if I'm thinking like what probably one of the most memorable moments, I don't know, in my brain goes automatically right to my favorite WrestleMania 10 in the ladder match. Like there's just no denying the greatness in that match between him and Razor Ramon. They both showed out despite the fact that he didn't come out on top. It was just a classic match between them two. It's just something that I don't think I'll ever forget, and there's thousands more that I can name, but that's just the first of many that come to mind. Besides meeting him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course, that too. Courtney, your favorite Shawn Michaels moment?
This is actually a very tough one with Shawn. And for me, since he was actually one of the wrestlers I got introduced when I was watching in the Ruthless Aggression era. So there have been countless moments. But if I had to pick a memorable moment, it would have to be 2002 Survivor Series when he won the Chamber as the World Heavyweight Champion. That was a memorable moment. And I will never forget JR saying, Shawn Michaels is now the new World Heavyweight Champion. It was just insanity in New York City. A memorable moment, and even the night after Survivor Series, it was just so fun to watch and just see him be champion.
Oh yeah,
that was quite a moment that time, because it was just like the comeback. That was the comeback Shawn, reborn and reinvented and unreal.
Yeah. Professor, favorite HBK moment?
Mine is a little selfish. It's WrestleMania 25, him versus Taker. And it was, I still say, one of the greatest matches of all time ever. Absolutely. You could argue the greatest WrestleMania match of all time. I really loved it because I was there. So, and you've probably seen me, whether you realized it or not, but I was there. You go back and watch. I was sitting in the second row. You could find me. But it was incredible. It was incredible. And we really thought that he was going to win and end the streak that night. He did not, but it gave us one of the greatest matches we've ever seen.
Oh yeah, I can't agree anymore. I'm going along with Sindil on this one, and it's Shawn Michaels versus Hogan.
Yes.
Oh yes.
The build up leading up to that match too. That was just ribbon on him and go ahead.
Yep. Also, anytime I can piss off the internet. Anytime I can piss off the internet. I state that Shawn Michaels is the Michael Jordan of wrestling, and people getting very upset about that. Deonne, what is your favorite moment?
Mayor, how about you? Oh, wait.
You say his name.
Say his name.
Is this better?
Oh yeah, we hear you.
Can hear you.
Okay.
Deonne, favorite HBK moment.
Oh wait, that was the question. Favorite HBK moment? I wasn't watching at all while I was going.
Celebrating his birthday. So favorite HBK moment. We named the ladder match. We named against the Undertaker versus the Streak. Overselling for Hulk Hogan.
That was so good. Might not be a match. It might just be everything else.
So 2002 when he won Chamber, Courtney's choice was the Chamber match when he came back.
Give me him and Ric Flair. I know it was Ric Flair's moment.
Ooh, yeah.
But you don't get that moment without Shawn Michaels.
Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm. So many to choose from though. That's hell of a career, hell of a legacy to have.
Oh yeah. Man, that when he went, I'm sorry and I love you. And then,
oh my God.
I still get teary. I still get teary watching that.
Yeah.
Just
there was someone made a video of it and played that Titanic song.
Yeah.
Oh, that was terrible. I bet.
Celine Dion.
Hey, if you a wrestling fan and that
all the feels. All the feels.
I was like, oh man, come on. Don't add that to it.
Right.
I can
right,
only
right.
imagine how it felt for the people that were actually there.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
can
It was
only
it was incredible. I'll just
Yeah.
say that.
Ugh.
I don't want to run
He-
through the stuff I've been at, but it was incredible.
Hey, we don't mind. We do not mind.
Sentimental.
Exactly. Like
No,
what
I
other
was
moment
there.
was there?
I was there for that. It was
Ugh.
grown men crying. It was special.
Yeah, man.
It was very, very special.
Yeah, like what other wrestling moment would there be that could be like that could bring a tear to your eye like that? Because
That was probably the first of wrestling match moments. I mean, we had, of course, like, emotional things like Owen passing and those types of things. But in terms of matches in a card without something horribly tragic happening, that may have been the first. I know for me, it was one of those, but I was like, whoa, it
It was
was.
moving.
It was
So
very,
moving.
very moving. Now, at some point, we might get to the things that actually brought tears to our eyes, but that was close. For
Yeah.
me,
I
very close.
think you're right as far as like nothing tragic wise and stuff.
Right.
Like that was it. Like, and then just with everything around it, like, yo, this it. This is
Yeah.
it.
there's like
Really happening.
last
Yeah.
word. And
Only
just
for it not to be, and Flair
to
to
not be, yeah.
unretire
And
7
WWE,
million times. but-
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But for WWE, that was our last time we get
Oh,
to
for
see.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So yeah. Happy birthday, Alex Trebek. I could have sworn you've passed away, but
Mhm.
Oh my god.
it's your birthday. But happy birthday to you, I guess, as well. But yeah, man, happy birthday
What
to the
is your birthday? No, never mind. Sorry. Low hanging fruit.
man, happy birthday to HBK, man. Hopefully he'll celebrate just like how we celebrate him every day for all the stuff that he's given us in the
Mhm.
wrestling industry. Now let's move on to Monday Night Raw. We saw a couple of things happening that I do want to catch and highlight before we get on to TNA Slammiversary. We saw the first exchange. CM Punk, Gunther. Now, I just want to get y'all initial thoughts on what we saw Monday and how are you feeling about this match going into SummerSlam? Professor, let's start off with you. The best in the world has to beat the best in the world.
Yeah, and
Explain that.
the best in the world is going to win. I think what's so interesting about this one is it's a match that doesn't need a lot of story because the story writes itself. You look at a CM Punk who is always in the main event title picture, at least should be, going against Gunther, who at this point doesn't need an entourage. He is that guy. I think this is going to be a massive test for CM Punk. And after Gunther was so kind and generous to Oldberg, then I think it's a great opportunity that we get to see him actually in the kind of match he'd want to be in against CM Punk, against someone who's a worthy competitor on a grand stage like SummerSlam. So I enjoyed this exchange. They don't need to do a whole lot, which is, and they don't have a lot of time to do a lot.
In 2
but,
weeks. Yeah.
they got this week and next week, and that's about it. But they don't need a ton of time. This is a match that writes itself. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Courtney, your thoughts on this exchange and where does this have you as far as this match leading into SummerSlam?
I'm actually very looking forward to this match next week at SummerSlam. I think after watching the promo they have with each other, I thought Gunther was going to take some jabs at CM Punk, but he said, I'm not going to do that. And the encounter was short and sweet to the point, and pretty much what Professor said too, the best in the world versus the best in the world. And also, it's very interesting because they probably had encountered each other in the last couple months, so they know each other very well. And Gunther, he's very smart, so he's similar. He actually knows who CM Punk is, but also very curious on what they're going to do on the final Monday of Raw before heading into SummerSlam, because next Monday is going to be the final one before the biggest event of the summer. So I'm actually looking forward to this match, and also very curious because I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know who's gonna win this match, because this is really gonna be an interesting match for both of them.
Mhm.
But also, it's gonna be what's next for CM Punk after this match.
Yes, the shot was just firing already.
I haven't said anything yet.
We only 15 minutes in, and the shots are already coming. And so, Boza brought up a good point, and honey, I want to direct this to you because, and then just correct me if I'm wrong from anybody. We haven't really gotten an update on Seth's injury.
Well, we kind of did. I don't know
Mhm.
if you guys paid attention last
Yep.
night. Right as Roman was getting ready to talk, Paul Heyman said, "We are not going to see Seth Rollins for a very long time." Seth was on
The Rich
I think
Eisen show.
Rich
Rich Eisen.
Eisen show,
Rich Eisen.
where he was saying that this feels a whole lot like his injury from 2015. And so his concern is, will he make it back for WrestleMania? So it seems very much like they are trying to move around whatever Seth Rollins and his part was supposed to be in this. But at this point, I don't see any possibility. If Seth Rollins comes back to cash in, then we all were duped. And they took some very, very significant means to do that. But at this point, it looks to me like yeah, we're not going to get a cash in at SummerSlam.
And see, now with so much what they doing now, I be having to question everything. Like, is this a work? Is he really out? Did he really get hurt? Like, it's just that's
It wouldn't be far fetched though.
yeah.
But just considering how they like ended that match with him and LA Knight to make it look as real as it did, just to dupe us for 2 weeks or 3 weeks to SummerSlam.
Here's the thing.
I don't
That's
know.
one of those things they don't need to do.
No.
Yeah.
They were moving with so much momentum. This is not one of, and I think we have to think about that when we think about whatever we're considering a work or whatever. The question is it necessary? And considering all that Seth Rollins had been building with this group, which is still nameless, you know, it would have made sense for him to be able to be on that role, to go into SummerSlam, knowing that this cash in is hanging over the heads of guys, but it's not even a factor at this particular point.
I was technically going to say, I don't really think the team's nameless, because I believe the tribal chief said it on his Instagram earlier today. They're the Bronze.
Oh,
shit.
The Bronze.
Oh boy.
oh.
Yo, that name
boy.
stick.
The
Please.
Bronze.
I lost it when I heard him say that. I said, no, he didn't. I'm with it. So
Heyman's Haven.
eh.
Hopefully there's a writer's room episode where they show maybe that them coming up.
I don't really see them as a haven per se, but yeah.
Deonne, your thoughts on CM Punk and the guy that retired Goldberg's match?
Yeah, Gunther, NBC, and Bret Hart collectively retired him all in one night. But I think
Fair trade.
with this one, no, it's not. Okay, with this one, it's very interesting because I did take the Seth Rollins stuff into account, but I was like, that's a lot to do when you don't need to do it. I don't know, man. Like I keep trying to figure out, why did we take it off of Jay? And I can't wrap my brain around that, because Jay and CM Punk, two fan favorites at SummerSlam, would have been wild. Like heck, even if LA Knight would have won, LA Knight, you can do two baby faces, LA Knight and Jey Uso. So I'm looking forward to it, just because I mean it's relatively new. It's CM Punk versus Gunther. Is something we haven't seen before, and it's surprising because it's on the SummerSlam stage too. I don't know. I think this might be CM Punk's crowning moment. Finally, after what, 3 years? Has it been 3 years of him being here? 2 years?
I think
2.5?
It's been a year and a half.
Something like that.
Year and a half, not quite 2.
Not quite 2? Okay, because he set out that first Mania.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2.
But no,
it'll be 2 at SummerSlam or Survivor Series.
Yeah, which is wild. But I think, I'm looking forward to this one, just because like now you don't know where the story's going. We had an idea if Seth had his briefcase, but he's out hurt. What do you do now? do you give CM Punk his run, even though Seth said, my goal is to never let you become champion? And it could happen in 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens if he sicks the dogs on him, the bronze on him from a hospital bed. That's going to stick, man. That's going to stick. It's going to stick here. It's going to stick. It's going to stick here.
I like how Deonne has like amnesia all of a sudden, though, with his statement that he said. I don't know why they took it off of Jay. You know exactly why they took it.
No.
Because of what you wanted.
But see, no.
No.
We talked.
You and your Silverbird fans.
No,
Get him,
we
Will.
talked about this. We talked about this. I said I agree with y'all. I was like, there's no reason to have taken the belt off of him, off of Jay.
You put it in the air. You made it happen. This is your fault. This
You
is
ruined
your
the
fault.
timeline.
Because Goldberg had to have one last match.
Did he?
He had to have it for a title. This is your fault, sir. But at least now in the universe, we know what we're getting, because we know this match, and we also know another potential match, which we'll get into a little bit. Well, I know it hasn't been announced, but I feel like it is going to get announced anytime, either this week or next week. But again, we'll get into that later in the recap. But I'm excited to see this, because this is going to be a wrestling match. Like this, what we gonna get? No crazy spots, no nothing. This is gonna be where where everybody want to be saying like Gunther's boring in the ring. You about to see the work, because one thing CM Punk is good at is taking them licks and that distance. So we're not gonna see no crazy spots. We're not finna see them jumping off the top rope. We're not finna see them trying to go get put through tables, no ladders. This finna be straight up best in the world versus the proclaimed best in the world. And I think that this is going to really be either CM Punk's crowning or Gunther's coming out party outside of as a straight legitimate world heavyweight champion. Any kind of little funk he had on him, it will either get dusted off or we're about to see CM Punk crown champ. Either way, we're in for an incredible match at SummerSlam with these two. So
Does Gunther need this win, considering his last few WrestleManias?
Honestly, no. I think Punk needs this victory, because I don't see another time of him getting the title shot, at least within this year.
Oh, no, I agree. Yeah,
I agree.
And again, like the clock is ticking on him body-wise. And I know he at least wants to walk into WrestleMania going in for a victory, either as champ or at least maybe winning the Rumble and then getting a title shot. But I know at least from the rest of 2025, this is the only time I can see him getting crown champ. But we shall see. More that happening with Raw. The Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyrie addressing each other. Some stipulations given for their match. If Lyra loses, she can never go for this title again. Not as Becky being champ. This was ever.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Words.
Okay.
Yeah, she didn't say it. As long as I'm champ, it's like, yo, if you lose, you can never go for this title again. And Lyra's counter to that and accepting it was fine, but it'll be a no DQ, no count out. It has to be a winner determined. So my question is, who needs to win this match at SummerSlam? Honey, let me start with you. Who needs to win it?
No.
I heard a pop.
We got to pause.
Before that, let's take a quick little pause, because we have another guest on here. Like I told y'all, this is Tuesday night in the house. And so we also have the mayor here tonight. And it's a good thing you have on heartbreak gear, because you're about to be heartbroken. Good thing you aren't.
Heartbroken.
Yeah. So first off, how are you? Let's start there first.
I'm sorry I'm late. You guys rolled out this nice show for me and invited me today. I was in the aluminum paradise. I'm still a little famished. I'm a little misty-eyed and sweaty. I'm tired. I feel like beating my trainer's ass. I didn't like that today. So I'm a little exhausted, but I wanted to be here for y'all.
We appreciate that. You probably gonna want to beat his ass a little bit more after this, because there's a thing that we have here on Kayfabe that we try to make sure that we stay on time. That we're never late, so we can give the fans what they need. And if we are late, we have to make a statement that we particularly would not like to say. So, for example, Honey was late one time and had to say and acknowledge that Solo Sikoa was her tribal chief. Deonne was late and had to say that Cody Rhodes is trash.
I know where you're going.
Yeah,
I know where you're
my
headed.
kid couldn't save me that time. So
now, Mr. Mayor, that you have been tardy,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
we're not gonna do it. Oh
Yeah,
no.
we're not gonna do it. I wouldn't do that to you.
Give me somebody reasonable. Don't say what I think.
Our WWT sister is gonna handle this, Miss Stone Cold Courtney Rice, and she's gonna give you the statement you're going to say, sir. So, Courtney, if you will, you have the floor.
You have to say Tony Storm is the CEO of AEW.
You got me fucked up.
That's what you get for crashing my watch loss the last couple of weeks. That's what you get.
I'm carrying. Consider me carrying cross at this point.
That's too far. See, I thought we were going into boat territory. I thought that's where we were going. You've taken it too far.
Hey, listen.
Them's the rules. Them's the Kayfabe rules.
Rules?
house rules, man.
Rules.
Wow.
If you need a second to
You see what
catch your
Sindel said in the comments? I thought that's where we were going with this.
Wow.
Hey,
I can wash my mouth clean of that.
Listen. Listen.
Like we said, it's something you're never really particularly willing to say.
Wow.
You know damn well I was never willing to say that Solo is a tribal chief. Or I acknowledge him.
And she had to say it in
And I
front
had
of
to say it. It's there.
That's it. Take a breath, take a sip of water.
Damn. Okay.
You know,
Moment of silence for the mayor, man.
if you partake, cut the camera off, partake.
You got it. Let me give me a second. Let me reverse the hat real quick. Courtney, can you repeat those words one more time?
Tony Storm is the CEO of AEW.
I just put my speakers up.
Okay. Her Majesty, Tony Rossal, called by our government, is the current CEO of AEW. In 1 hour, this film will be redacted from all internet. Just want you guys to know that. You won't be able to find that anywhere. You won't be able to watch it. If you're seeing it live, you see it live. It's not going to be uploaded, rewatchable, none of that.
Say like scrub it clean. Scrub it.
It's just gonna go to commercial.
Wow.
See, Sindel, I thought about pulling myself out of the stream when she said that, but like I'm not logged in, so I can't do that.
And there you have it.
Yeah,
Kayfabers.
Wow.
There's a reason why we're never late. There's a reason why we're never late.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a reason.
Courtney's been sitting on that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it seemed like she had that loaded for a while.
She didn't even have no excitement in it. She said it very monotone. Tony Storm,
Mm-hmm.
the CEO.
And she knew what she wanted.
I knew.
When these heads came up like this, I'm like, she's
Right.
You know what's crazy? You
About to
know
wrap it
how
up.
fast I turned off All In at the end of that match?
Yes,
Just like that.
I believe
Like
it.
the channel
When you
just
sent, I believe it when you sent it in the chat that you did it at that moment. Like click. Like I believe it.
Like I understand it, but I'm fighting to understand the logistics of it. But it's like
I was rejoicing. I had fun. It was great.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and let you lick your wounds, and we'll jump back into the Raw recap. Yeah, Honey, who between Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch, title on the line in SummerSlam, who needs to win this?
Well, as you know, Becky Lynch being the man, and you know, being the best. Who cut my mic off?
You?
No, I did not. I didn't touch anything. My hand right here by my glasses. Lyra Valkyria needs this win more. She definitely does. Becky doesn't really need anything to prove. I think this was more so about putting the prestige on the Intercontinental Championship for the women's side. You know, you had Bayley in the mix as well. I think this is more so about building Lyra back up so that people find a way to connect with her. And people are starting to catch on a lot better and a lot more with her. She's doing a lot more on social media as well, being more engaging. Also she is a workhorse. She does hold it down in the ring, and she does hold her own. She is a tough cookie in a nutshell, but she is definitely on her way to getting this title back.
Okay. Mayor, let me ask this in a different way, and this is going to be to who needs to win for the Intercontinental Division moving forward?
Becky. This is the perfect space for her to be in, away from the main event picture, but still elevating the women's division as a whole. I think it's time for Lyra to move on to the world title contention. Be in that same picture with Naomi, Io, and dare I say, like, Rhea would be perfect for the mid card as well, for the United States title, because she's so popular. She can help elevate that title further than what Chelsea Green did. But this is perfect for Becky because you know she's going to take on all challengers the same way she did in NXT. So at least this belt is now being utilized on PLEs now. You can use Becky's star power to be like, hey, she's an Intercontinental Championship. And then you start thinking of the IC belt like you do the men's IC belt over time. That's exactly what they want. She has to keep winning, and then she needs a clean win over Lyra as well.
Professor, same question.
I think Lyra, and the reason for it is Becky has kind of already done all that she needed to do. You know, Becky, and here's what Becky needed to do. What Becky needed to do was not add prestige to the Intercontinental Championship. It was to bring the best out of Lyra. That's what was needed. The Intercontinental Championship, Lyra winning it was because she was the workhorse, but that's all she had. She had no personality. We were running around here months ago calling her the Bird Lady. Nobody cared about her title reign. All of a sudden, this fire comes out of her. You know, now she starts burning Becky. She's fighting, she's aggressive, and she's having great matches as well. So I think this version of Lyra as the Intercontinental Champion is something we care about, because we found ourselves caring about Lyra versus Bayley. We weren't caring about Lyra versus anybody. So I think we can credit Becky Lynch for that. Becky has done her job. So Lyra can now get this big win on the big stage of SummerSlam, and then, you know, take the championship to do whatever else she's going to do with this level of personality that she has. Because right now, she's almost a tweener with the way that she's behaving. And that's actually a very good thing, I think, for Lyra Valkyria. So I think Lyra needs the win much more than Becky's a made woman. She's already made the women's division. And the fact that we're talking about Lyra is because of Becky Lynch.
Deonne, same question.
No, I mean, no notes on that. Lyra, we've cared about Lyra. We talked about it on here. Like, I started caring when this feud with Becky started.
Yes.
And this has helped Lyra out so much to the point now where hopefully she wins this title and she can carry that division. Again, that's the goal, right? That's what, like Fed said, that's the goal for that. But no, it's her win, man, because the fact that Becky won that Evolution, the smoothest way that she's ever won a match.
I still can't stop thinking about the way that
I rewatched that thing over and over.
That looked like last kicker Becky to me. That was a great finish.
Yeah.
Smooth, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way she won that match in a triple threat. Lyra gets her at SummerSlam. This, like I said, this rivalry's been the best thing that ever happened to Lyra. The Bird Lady's no more, man. Like, we're calling her by her name now. It worked. This all works.
She's still Bird Lady.
You got it, man.
Always gonna be Bird Lady. I don't know what you're
Bird Lady's a word.
She's just our bird. She's our Bird Lady. That's all. Our Bird Lady. Nobody mess with her but us. She's our Bird Lady.
We say it affectionately now, though.
Yes.
I always say it affectionately. The Bird Lady. We need the wings. She gotta start getting this still on cue.
Yeah, why them wings ain't on shop yet?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I need some wings.
If
I'm
they put the
torn
wings
between the
on
wings,
shop,
man.
I'll do the thing for you guys again.
You heard that, WWE, because we know you watch this. We know you watch this.
You gotta watch it live though. There ain't gonna be no footage after this. So I'm just remember that. So screenshot it, screen record it.
I'm like, this record.
During that segment earlier, it's just gonna fade to black for them 10 seconds. Like feed off.
It sure ain't.
Courtney, who do you feel needs to win this match?
For me, I would say Lyra needs this match a lot more because Becky's already done. She's done it all. She's a household name. And also with the fact, too, with the last couple of months, Lyra is starting to show a lot more confidence when being on the mic. And I was saying this a couple months ago when she's starting to be live with Becky and Bailey. She's starting to show actual confidence of herself. I have seen her on socials where she has done interviews and she seems more relaxed. She seems more comfortable and really helping out getting into the ring. And also with the fact, too, this could really help with her and Becky bringing that prestige back into the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. And with the fact we did get the Women's Intercontinental Championship on a PLE in Money in the Bank, which their match was really good with the two of them. And for me, it's just for her to keep going and just continue being that workhorse, just continue building up that confidence on the mic, and just needs to start believing in herself. Also, curious on what she's going to do next if she wins, but Lyra just continuing what she does, just continuing. I mean, I know you call her Bird Lady, but I will always call her Lyra. I will always call her Lyra.
See, I'm torn between this because I know Lyra needs this win, but I don't know if the Intercontinental title needs her victory. And that's what I'm stuck between. Because although she stepped it up, although she's given the confidence, my question and thinking is, okay, so what's next if she gets the belt? Like, who is her next opponent? Like, is it now the Bailey run? Or is it one of the other people on the roster? And if so, who? Is it now between her and Ivy Now? Is it Maxine Dupree? Like, what is her next great rivalry as IC champion? Because that's what she would need.
Right.
And so from a Becky's case, as the mayor said, she could keep rinse and repeat what she just did with Lyra and start elevating everyone. So, like, again, now if it's an Ivy Now versus Becky Lynch, we get to see what that fire can come out in Ivy Now. Hell, even Maxine Dupree. And so I'm just kind of now curious of just like that. That's why I'm kind of torn in the middle between this of just like, I want her to win, but I also want this division to work. And so I'm for me, I'm torn between the two, but sorry.
But this was to prepare her to be able to lead that division. I feel like too. Like,
hold on, maybe
build her and to sort of give her the reins to it after, somebody who can carry it.
I see that, but then, to the mayor's point of throwing it out, her going for the World Heavyweight Championship because she's here now. So it's like, was it for this title or was it for her to finally come out of her shell and be the superstar she's meant to be?
Well, like, she's never had bad matches. She just needed to flex her personality a little bit. The only way I would be okay if Lyra wins against Becky at SummerSlam is if we start to position her to go against Roxanne in that IC title picture.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can't forget also we've got Asuka still, we've got Kairi Sane, we've got other people that could make some really incredible magic with Lyra Valkyria in the Intercontinental space. So if we think that she's ready for the world title, then she's absolutely ready to be Intercontinental Champion again. I mean, that just makes sense. So, I mean, I think this is going to be a good move for her. And again, the real question is going to be who will be the other potential contenders for her, which again, Kairi, Asuka, I think those are some great situations. And then we don't know what the fallout's going to be relative to Io and Rhea. We know Stephanie Vacour's got a title match coming. in Paris. So I think the possibilities are endless. Not to mention if anybody from NXT makes their way to Raw, there's some possibilities for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they split up the Kabuki Warriors. I don't know why they put them back together.
Yeah, I think that was just for Evolution's sake.
I hope so.
Mhm.
I think
so.
it was just for.
Well, they were
Evolution's
backstage
sake.
together yesterday with the promo with Io. I
Mhm.
said this yesterday. I think this is more about slow tracking Asuka until she feels comfortable performing, because that's a really big knee brace she has on.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, so only time will tell, but like we said, it is shaping up to be something incredible, especially with this intercontinental division. So I look forward to seeing what the next chapter is when it does come to them at SummerSlam. But we are still going to be sticking on the Lyra Valkyria as she teamed with Bayley for them to get their WrestleMania match for the WWE Tag Team titles, going up against my client Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. Incredible match. Dom just being the spotlight that he always is. And AJ Styles coming out, chasing him to the back.
My man
It's
got
been too
my
good,
man
dude.
AJ Styles got 3 jobs in one night. It was
Yes, he does.
He had
fantastic.
so much fun. I love it.
It was funny.
I love to see when wrestling legends go have a little fun and loosen up, especially when they're in their legendary stage. Like AJ Styles at this point, you could tell he's just having a good time, just doing his thing. And it helps Dom too.
Yes, indeed. Yes, it does. But thoughts on this tag team match? Titles were on the line. My client and Raquel Rodriguez did come out successful. But thoughts on this match, especially with it leading to them going to SummerSlam against two legends, which is Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, who, although they may not be on the same page as friends, are definitely on the same page when it comes to being a tag team. Courtney, let me start off with you, especially being someone who absolutely loves the tag team division. Thoughts on this match and what it does leading into SummerSlam for them?
I actually did enjoy the match, and also with the fact Michael Cole pointed out that actually Raquel lives in Texas. So that was something that was very interesting. Of course, Roxanne lives in Texas, so that was a huge homecoming for the both of them. And just seeing them, because the fans were really into the match. They were on their feet, energized. Of course, we had shenanigans from Dirty Don, and of course, Becky came out to cause some friction between the match she's going to have with Lyra for SummerSlam, but also really building it up. And also, this does give Raquel and Roxanne a little bit of, I'm trying to find the word for it, but kind of elevate themselves as a tag team, because at first they kind of weren't really partners with each other, but I think Raquel is starting to warm up to Roxanne, and also leading up to their match, because I think the match next week is going to be really fun against Charlotte and Alexis, and seeing them two on SmackDown, it's just fun to watch, saying we're not friends.
Yeah, it is a great odd couple feeling between them two. Same question, Mayor.
I like the match. Ever since Raquel responded to Kevin Nash on Twitter, she's been wrestling like the rent is due. So I think she's not playing small anymore, and you can see that. And this is a good space for her, because she is the most decorated women's tag team champion in the company. So I'm glad she's helping bring Roxanne along, because Roxanne hasn't had a bad match on Raw. I don't know. I mean, I feel bad for Bayley in all this, because she's always been the odd woman out, and it just feels to me like she's about to head for another heel run that I don't really think serves her right now. So I don't know. I think this match told me more about, with Bayley eating the pin, that she's going to cost Lyra at SummerSlam.
So, Professor, that actually was going to lead into my next question. Professor, your thoughts about Bayley in all of this, and then of course this tag team match leading into SummerSlam. But first, the Bayley thing. Like, how do you feel about where she is currently?
It's interesting because I think there was so much of a push. You think about this time last year when Bayley was a world champion, going, of course, into SummerSlam, where she would lose that title to Nia Jax, and all of the high that she had been on from winning the Royal Rumble last year. This is a tale of two very different years for her. And it's interesting. Evolution was a moment for her where she got to feel a lot of love. She was very, very passionate about that. And the fans are very much behind Bayley. It seems like she's cooking up something. And I hope for her sake that what she's cooking up is going to produce kind of the best run for her, because right now it seems like all of the titles are hosed up. They're locked up. There's not much room for her in the title picture unless she's going to get the Intercontinental Championship. So perhaps this is a war that's getting started with Lyra, but I'm not sure that Bayley's the heel in this situation. The way Lyra has been behaving and talking, Lyra would very much be the heel in this. So I think, we're going to see where Bayley falls in all of this. I don't think she's going heel because too many people love her at this point. But this is not the successful run we all imagined it would be. But I don't know that she feels like she needs that. She's at the space where she could probably call her own shots. But yeah, I don't think she feels like she has to. So we'll see what happens for Bayley.
Yeah. Deonne, let me ask you, what could you see happening for Bayley? Like, again, we're in July and we still got, a little less than halfway to the year. What, especially after coming off an incredible triple threat match at Evolution, does she need something big to happen, or is she okay where she is? And if she needs something bigger, what do you see that be?
As a Bayley fan, I want her to be champion all the time, but that's not possible. So if I'm thinking about what she's doing, remember, like, was it a few weeks ago? I think they were playing up this idea of a losing streak, right? Maybe this is her going into the wilderness sort of deal where it's like, okay, it's loss after loss after loss. I'm hoping that they're cooking some up really like another title run for her, because we don't want to boo her at this point. So that's out of the question. Turner Hill is out of the question. Where does she go after Lyra and Becky? Because she's been in that for so long. She's been intertwined in that story since WrestleMania. So, and there's no clear cut like disconnect from it because she was just in a tag match with Lyra last night. So there's still something there for her, but they're playing up this losing streak a lot for her. And maybe that's like a comeback story for her. But yeah, I don't know, man. Bayley, for her, she should have won at Evolution. I really wish she could have, but it doesn't fit the story we're telling with Lyra's come up, right? Yeah. So, man, it's hard to say, Will, because she already won the Rumble. So I don't think we do that again. But shoot, the draft's coming up? Do we move her over? I don't know, man.
Sound like Professor may have something for it.
What you got? Help me out.
Something's clicking here, and I think it's one of the things that Bayley needs is Bayley. You're gonna love this one, Mayor. Bayley needs a natty makeover. Like, she needs to be able to go to the independents and be this totally rough, like rugged Bayley. This Bayley that kicks butt and takes no names. And so I think either you send her to the independents or let her go to TNA and let her just go crazy.
TNA would be fun.
Let her go ham over there. And then now you're looking at a scenario where it's kind of the rebirth of Bayley. I mean, she had the space where she cut her hair, got rid of the hugging, got rid of the streamers. Now it's time for the next level of a reveal for her. So let her do what Natty's been doing in the NWA and in GCW and Bloodsport, and let her go and just beat people up, and let that happen at TNA. And boy, do we have a situation if that happens.
She also needs a new finisher. She needs a new finisher.
Yeah. Oh, for
she needs a new theme.
That too.
That too.
Yeah.
The belly to Bayley is fine, man. We could have.
Well, it's the Rose plant now.
It's the Rose plant.
Yeah.
She brought.
I would be here for her taking the TNA title off JC Jane, though.
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's a lot that could happen over there. Honey, real quick before we move to the next part, your thoughts of my client and Raquel as a tag team. I know it's newly formed. Your thoughts on, are they blending well enough, and is it good enough to be able to take on Alexa Bliss and Charlotte at SummerSlam?
I mean, it's working for them so far. I'm sure it's more so shocking to Raquel, the fact that she's warming up to her as much as she is to Roxanne. You know, Roxanne kind of just swooped on into the Judgment Day and, you know, kind of replaced Liv in a situation. I'm not saying that's what her intentions were, but what I'm saying is that seems to be okay with the Judgment Day, that she's around, and she's been a great addition. So, and they did defeat all those tag teams in Evolution. So they have definitely proved themselves more than worthy to continue to dominate. However, I don't think things are going to look so bright on their side when a certain Liv Morgan returns.
There you go. Them allegations and them false words you throwing out.
I mean, I'm just stating the obvious, man.
Replacement, it's addition, is what it is. Because
I did say addition. I did say addition.
No, you said replaced.
I know, but I'm not. I also said that I don't think that was her intention, but it kind of just looks that way. I'm just going with what I'm seeing.
Addition. Well, you should go to Lens Crafters so you can see better.
My shades are quite fine.
We'll put those on so you can see
shades for every occasion.
We'll put those on so you can see clear. She's an addition to the Judgment Day, while Liv Morgan is out. Not replacing Liv Morgan. You can't replace Liv Morgan from the Judgment Day, nor as I said was her intention. She's just an addition to a faction, and it is a great addition. So we just want to make sure that.
I just hope Liv looks.
Way to spin it, man. Way to spin.
I'm just like, yeah, we keep throwing these words out. I'm just like, damn.
I just hope Liv looks at it the same way. That's
mean, listen, how Liv sees things is up to Liv. And I will gladly tell her the same thing, okay? When she comes back. That's all I'm saying. But we gonna keep it moving.
Can we say that we have our Targaryen family, our 3 heads of the dragon for the women's division on Raw right now? Can we say that?
Yes.
Is it safe to say that?
Yes, but also too, what the fuck is going on with all of this? Like, what? Like, yo, like, so first it starts off, in case you did see where it starts off, Stephanie versus Io. Then Naomi comes out, Chelsea Green comes out with her service, and Rhea comes out. And it's like, so like exactly like what is going on with all of this, because we got a lot of SmackDown coming over to Raw going over to SmackDown. Like I'm still not sure of what the picture is when it comes to these 7 women, and that is including Piper and Alba. So like maybe one of y'all can clear this up and maybe give me a direction of what do y'all see happening going down the line? Because there's a lot going on during this segment. Mayor, you're not Mayor, Professor, you're normally our compass, guiding us. What do you see when you saw this?
Well, what I saw very simply was we don't want to get a finish yet for Stephanie versus Io.
Mm-hmm.
So let's tease you guys with an amazing match that you get no warning for, just like the night after, or just like the Raw after Mania. We're like, oh my God, we get this. It gets to a space, and now we get interference. You know, this Stephanie and the Secret Hervis and all of that is a takeoff of what happened on SmackDown Friday night, and it's a follow-up from Evolution, and so there's continuity there. You add Naomi in the picture because of course you've got Io there, then income. So it's really the merging of several storylines, which says to me again, we've got great strength in the women's division. It's letting us see who, again, kind of your top three women are. And I think it's that's so funny. That's hilarious.
Like get 750 right now.
KD gets comment. KD gets comment of the week every week.
That's hilarious.
For a
Oh my
credit card
God.
right now.
So yeah, I think that's what we're looking at right now. It all makes sense. It's just the merging of multiple storylines to ultimately distract us from a finish between Io and Stephanie Vacour, which we're not going to get that match, I think, for a while. They teased it last night, potentially for Paris. We're not getting that in Paris. That's a WrestleMania quality match, quite frankly. And that's probably when we're going to get it, so that we can actually get an actual finish. But that's what's happening in this scenario here. And all of it, I say, everybody just needs to proceed with caution.
Mhm.
Yeah. I agree, Professor. I think this is what we are looking at here is a good old fashioned shakeup. You just
Mhm.
we're just shaking things up before the summer, the biggest party of the summer, and I think they did it right because there's not one woman on that list that you cannot not be excited for. Did you hear the pops when all of their music played? Like even when Rhea came out, like that place roared. When Stephanie's working, like people go insane. You know what I mean? And everybody loves Io Scott. So it's just like they're just creating more big powerhouse women. Like these are the women that are still going to continue to be here to dominate in this division. And Naomi, Naomi.
So can I ask this though too? And I'll direct this to Mayor. Does this potentially set up the people we're seeing for War Games?
Ooh.
That's where I'm going.
As you know, we are politicking to be at War Games this year because it'll be in San Diego. You know what? I would like to see that. I don't know who would be the fourth woman on this team right here, but if you have Naomi, the Hervis, and Chelsea, you got something there. But I like it. I honestly don't think one of the three women in this picture will be going to SmackDown because Chelsea just kind of low key brought her whole faction over to Raw, just under the table, out of nowhere, after she hated Adam Pearce all of last year. Don't know how that happened. But I like what I see here because obviously Stephanie has next. Rhea's wildly popular, probably top 3 in the whole company. And Io is the best performer in the entire company, man or woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She always puts on a banger. But
Period.
I think in the interim, I think we already have maybe a 6-woman tag announced for next week on Raw. With these 3 women versus 3 on the other side. But I think the star power here in this picture, they kind of cancel each other out a little bit too, which will allow us a pretty lengthy Naomi title reign until something shakes out, which is beautiful for Monday Night Raw going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Deonne, you said that was the War Games was what you were leading to. If you could just elaborate on that.
No, we're getting to that time, right? It's about to be August. War Games is around November or whatever for Survivor Series, right? So usually we see I'll be honest. Anytime I see like a group together, I'm like, okay, where are we going with this? Because they're standing in the ring like they're together. A united front, to say the least. It's just who do you add to that next one to be in War Games? I think it'll be after that, I kind of started trying to book a fantasy book a little bit with War Games with just doing it on my time on the clock. But I think I see all 3 of them in the ring. I think War Games. How can we get there? And I'm hoping Naomi still again has a lengthy title reign. But hey, squeak her in there too, and Chelsea Green, and then you get 2 more. We have to see what shakes down at SummerSlam with Jade too, with that title match. But there's a lot of possibilities that we could see these 3, in my mind, in a War Games match. But that's in November. We're still in July.
Yeah, but I think we talk. I think that also answered the question I asked you. This is where you put Bailey in.
Mm.
Bailey would be,
In the 4 here.
Bailey would be a dope addition to this.
And it's in San Diego. That's her neck of the woods.
that is true.
So,
But wouldn't that be weird? Because like
What?
isn't Bailey good friends with Naomi? Like
Yeah, what's the
documented?
connection? Yeah. Like, how do we?
well, she's a fake. That's outside. That's not like in here though. Remember, like Naomi's heel.
Yeah, but they haven't interacted since then. But now they're on the same show. We haven't seen an interaction yet. But Bailey was helping save Naomi.
we got time.
We got plenty of time for Naomi.
Plenty.
I'm just saying. I think Bailey turns heel at SummerSlam. I think that she goes off the deep end with all the L's.
Hey, I mean, either way, on either side though, I think having Bailey in War Games is something to be seen. And then it still goes back to what Professor said, that change up. Like if you change this and she's just beating people up, like seeing that in War Games, that's something to behold. But even if you're going for the face route, that also has the whole thing with, EO now having to trust Bailey being on the team, after the whole damage control thing.
Oh, we get some damage control stuff too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, it's a lot of potential there with it, but that's what I was potentially seeing.
This version of Naomi going at Bailey would be something crazy, especially considering the history that they had. Like, I didn't forget and re-remind, like, oof.
Yeah, so we'll see what shakes up from all of this. But like to y'all point, it is a great display to show y'all, man, hey, women's wrestling ain't just here, it been here, and it's here to stay. It is the norm.
Not going nowhere.
It is the norm. But I definitely want
very quickly, I just want to shout out what WWE has clearly done, because remember a year ago, all we were talking about in terms of the women's division was Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan.
That's it.
That's it. So for us now to be this diverse, this robust, and we're talking about all of these women specifically on Raw, where Rhea is not the world champion and Io is not the world champion and Stephanie is not the world champion, and we're having these kinds of conversations is downright amazing. So I love to see it.
Yeah. We're eating right now. We're eating full plates of some good old women's wrestling.
Yeah. It's great.
But we also had one of our favorites here on Kayfabe, Karrion Kross. And they did us right. Karrion Kross picked up the victory. I don't know how YouTube is acting, so I didn't want to show the last image that they had of him and Scarlett there, but let's just say it was very Karrion Kross like. But I just want to get anybody can jump in. Your opinion on this moving forward. Is this it for them? No. Let me ask it like this: if there is a match to go for SummerSlam between these two, what should that match be?
Well, after what happened last night, a first blood match, but I don't think we need to have another match between these two at this point.
Yeah,
that is true.
I just think we're going to get the moment where Sammy becomes champion next year, and then you see the shot of Karrion Kross looking like Swerve in the background like this. when Sammy cheats to win, become champion, be like, I told you guys all along. Like,
Yep.
So y'all think it's done though? Y'all feel like this rivalry is complete?
I think it should be done, but Sammy's that type to keep going. Like, he's not gonna let it go until he gets one over on you, and he's gonna keep fighting. He's another one that doesn't give up so easily, and he'll keep coming, and he's stubborn as well. So, and I think that could also get the better of him, because Kross has gotten under his skin for months now. Kross has been in his ear for months now, and it could make Sammy snap at any given point in moment. So I think we're seeing a shift in Sami Zayn. I don't necessarily think that there's another match that needs to be had, but maybe just one more, but it just has to mean something. It has to be the ultimate shift for what is to come for Sami Zayn, and it's what's going to catapult Karrion Kross even further, because the guy's on fire right now. And I'm just happy to finally see what I've been wanting for the last couple of years to finally come into fruition. Like, he's just continuing to just put on a a performance like no other. That madman Norman Bates-ish, dark figure in WWE that we really needed, especially on Raw.
Can I throw something out of left field? I hope sometime within the next calendar year that we get Sammy doing a run as Big Grande. I think streets need that. Just like a little El Generico revamp real quick in the WWE.
Wait a minute. You mean
I'd be here for that.
Boy.
Like, we know it's Sami Zayn, but like all the real lucha stuff is happening, I'd be here for that.
that made me mad.
Oh boy.
Yo, if he came back El Generico, I'd be here for that.
I do love El Generico.
Yeah,
I could do that.
Generico.
I could do that.
Yeah, he have like a
El Generico could defeat El Grande.
Mhm.
Well, let's not
Come
get
on now.
Okay.
You do El Generico versus Big Grande in AAA?
Let's go.
Listen.
I'm here. Take my money.
Take my money. Take
Just
my
do it
money.
at random. Just have El Generico show up. Just
Bruh.
Huh?
I'm doing that.
Dude, that
Lord.
would be so good.
by the way, that was my
Hospital
favorite
fell out
part
of
of
his
Monday Night
chair.
Raw
You
last
gotta-
night, seeing Big Grande just spam K Paso and during the fight.
I can't
I'm
take
saying,
it.
I'm here for all of that. I'm here for every piece of that. And I will love a triple threat match between El Generico, El Grande Americano, and Mr. Iguana. If you want to sell out some shows.
And add Santino just for the hell of it.
Oh
Just-
God,
Make him the
Santino.
referee. Make
Make,
him
oh
the
yeah, make him the ref. There you go.
As soon as that iguana landed on his shoulder, I was like, I like him.
All
That's the
right.
guy.
I was like,
That's
you
the
got us.
guy.
You got us. You got us. But and then of course, what happened at the closing of Raw? First of all, I have to make sure I acknowledge my tribal chief, as always. The tribal chief returned with Paul Heyman and the Bronze addressing the OTC.
Oh, God, the Braun
Um,
Bronze.
Shake your bron, shake your bron, shake your bron.
I just got to first of all, the way the Superman punch came to Braun Breaker.
Okay.
We talked about this last week of like where Roman started on the mic to where he is now, and it is just untouchable cinema every time he comes out. But we also got to see something that I feel like we've all been waiting for. The Bronze try to jump the OTC. Main event, Jey Uso comes out, helps his cousin to stop the Bronze, which I feel like maybe now a potential SummerSlam match that we're gonna get within Jey Roman versus the Bronze. And even though it was off the air, we also saw him acknowledging the yeet.
Tribal yeet. We got the
It's
tribal
no longer
yeet.
no yeet, it's tribal yeet. Courtney, let me start off with you. Thoughts on seeing these two in the ring and what it can possibly lead to?
It was actually a nice moment, and especially the pop Jay got last night, because everybody kept yeeting. Like when the Bronze were trying to destroy Roman Reigns, it was like everybody was chanting yeet, 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 because they haven't seen him all night. And then Jay just popped out of nowhere to help out his cousin, and they were back together again. And that was definitely a wholesome moment just to see them back together. And it could possibly lead to a SummerSlam match between both of them, which I could imagine the roof at SummerSlam, everybody eating. That will be very crazy. And I would not be surprised if Roman Reigns actually secretly did a yeet as well.
Deonne, thoughts on seeing this?
This was great, man. Like from the right hand man to main event. Now he's throwing out spears with Roman at the dual spears. Like go back to that title, right?
Perfectly executed too. Look at their feet. They're
Yeah.
the same way aligned. Their body.
Fantastic picture.
Mhm.
But it's like, man, I wish Roman could have acknowledged him when he had the title, his title run. That would have been kind of dope, like a pat on the back or something. But this was still good to see. Even the promo before with Paul, like and Braun, like Roman's I mean, might have to redo that Best Shields member. Just gonna say that. Just gonna throw that out there real quick.
No half points allowed.
I know, man. Courtney off the wagon. Anyway, but no. This was love seeing this moment. This might more than likely will lead to a SummerSlam match. So you'll get, Roman back on SummerSlam, and then Jay's booked for SummerSlam against the Braun. So I'm anxious to see what this group, well, we're going to call them that. I'm anxious to see what the Brawns are going to do during this time where Seth Rollins isn't there. Do they just stay a group? Do they stay a tag team? Do they go for singles gold themselves? Does Paul Heyman take one more than the other? Like, I don't know. But seeing this, it's just good to see Roman back, man. He's an attraction now, right? So he doesn't have to be every Monday night. We'll see him once a month. But that one time a month is a great moment to have him back. So, and he's earned it too. So, and it helps, helps Jay. Jay's already a made man too at this point. Like, come on, man. I'm waiting for that. This is a far off moment. I'm waiting for when they run his music back in the Rumble. I'm waiting for that. Like, I want him to clear the ring and they run his music back.
Clear the ring.
And he starts eating.
Like Stone Cold for the next countdown.
He's like this. And the music, I'm praying for that moment. I'm putting it in the universe now. I want that moment at Rumble.
Okay. Professor, let me get your thoughts on something that Deonne did just bring up. With Seth Rollins being gone and the segment that we did see closing out Raw, how are you feeling about the Brawns right now? Are they looking strong, or is this something that is starting to have kind of cracks in the foundation?
It's interesting. I think they're looking for direction, and I think that Paul Heyman is trying to steer the ship by pointing everybody to Braun Breaker as the next guy. They were very, very vocal about that last night, and even Roman, said that, hey, when you're running this place in a few years, he's going to turn on you. So it's being subtly planted that the guy right now is Braun, which to me makes me now wonder, how does Bronson Reed feel about that? Like, I think Bronson Reed was likely cool knowing that he and Braun were pretty much at the same level supporting Seth Rollins. But I don't think that Braun wants to be here strictly to support what that Bronson Reed wants to be here to support Braun Breaker, all these Brauns.
Yeah,
too many.
The fact none of us said Braun Strowman yet was like, oh, hey, y'all.
Right. So to me, the question becomes, do they need another guy in there? And whoever he is, I'm going to need him to fit better than a Gordon Gartrell shirt. I just ultimately need something to happen to bring this group together that makes them formidable. I think a name is important, and I think a clear figurehead besides Paul Heyman is necessary. And so they need a third guy, I think, to be to kind of carry on the kind of momentum that they were building. So hopefully they can find that guy. I don't know who that guy is at the moment. There's some possibilities, but whoever it is needs to be somebody who really can make this group look significant. And if we're at a point where Braun is the guy, then get us another heavy so that him and Bronson can really be a towering force behind a Braun Breaker. And honestly, whoever it is, in thinking about it, probably needs to be a veteran, because somebody needs to be able to offer some advice that has some muscle to stop Braun when he wants to go off the rails.
Mayor, same question.
I like everything Professor just said, because there were so many emotions in the promo last night. We finally saw an accountable tribal chief with him acknowledging that the Usos and even Solo helped him retain that title over the past 4 years. So I thought that was cool. And I think even when Seth was around before the injury, they were kind of positioning Braun, because there was that moment where Braun took that promo off the deep end, and Seth and Heyman were just in the back looking at each other like, oh, I didn't tell him to do that. So I think Braun has been taking a lot of influence from Heyman, which you can see in his matches, taking influence from his uncle, breaking the fourth wall, doing the push-ups, things like that, showing more personality instead of just being this this muscle. And to Professor's point as a vet, I mean, whenever this Sheamus stuff is over, I'm cool with Rusev joining the faction. He needs some direction.
I like that.
I like that.
I like
I
that.
mean, talking about muscle veteran, I think he would fit in perfectly without having to do his own promos with Heyman there. But I think if Seth is really out for an extended period of time, you can even see him gift the briefcase to Braun. I don't know how that alienates Bronson as much, because Bronson seems like he's just comfortable being in the background, main event segments, things like that. I don't know if we teased that dissension so early, but I like how you had so many pivots last night in lieu of Seth's injury, with even Heyman offering leadership to Roman Reigns. Like that's still lingering out there. The fact that Roman Reigns said Paul Heyman broke up the bloodline because he shows his best friend he hasn't seen in a decade. All these storylines are still intertwined. There's so many directions they can go, which makes it so interesting. And I think last night set the pivot that we don't really know where they're going to go. But Roman Reigns clearly drew a line in the sand saying, like, no, I will never align with CM Punk. I'm not friends with him. You chose him over me. And then Heyman says, we work better together than against each other. So he can still be trying to put that bug in Roman's ear over the next several months too. But I would like to see if they do add a third. And I know Austin Theory is gearing for a face turn. I think he would be perfect. But Rusev, I would love to see that for him.
Yeah. Honey, your thoughts on the direction that they're using the tribal chief? Is he being utilized properly, or did you see a different direction on him being here?
I don't necessarily see a different direction. I just know that this is a different tribal chief run going forward. You could definitely feel it. He's pretty much humbling himself and pretty much coming back full circle to himself, to his roots about how he became the tribal chief. He also acknowledged the fans for acknowledging him for so many years. And that is a big thing that Roman hasn't really done before, even as the tribal chief. You know, during his run, it was more so all about the fans acknowledging him every time and everyone acknowledging him. So this is more of a very humble Roman Reigns. As far as how he needs to be utilized going forward, I don't think there really needs to be necessarily a way, because he could fit in pretty much in a lot of different stories. And this pretty much has all of that together on Raw, because it has the history of, you know, how the downfall of everything happened. You know, you still have CM Punk there on Raw as well, going for that title. You have Seth as the Money in the Bank. There's still elements of Roman's history that are still ingrained in Raw. So I think that they're going in the right direction with how they're booking him. And I just love to see the tribal chief having more fun. This is a laid back, chill out. I feel like this is him at home. Like, this is Roman at home that we're getting going forward.
Okay. Yeah, so we just, again, great time to be a wrestling fan. Looking forward to seeing what's going to be happening with our tribal chief, main event Jey Uso, and even the Braun Bronze and Paul Heyman. Love to see what's going to happen as the stories unfolded. So now we're going to get into TNA Slammiversary. Not the entire thing. Just want to show y'all some of the new champs that were crowned. And some of the outcomes that happened. We have a new X Division champion in Leon Slater. I think this is the first time in history we've had a guy that's on two separate brands winning a title on here. Hopefully he wins something at AEW as well and becomes a double champ. But shout out to what happened?
You say AEW?
Yes.
Yeah, he on AEW too.
Stop it.
Yeah.
This is an ongoing thing. This isn't occurring.
I thought y'all say that's the same person. Okay? Him and Kevin are the same person.
I may need to do it. I may need to do it.
We have an Elias Ezekiel situation.
Yeah. I synced them at Vegas. I synced them. All right. We saw them at Fourth Row. All right. I know what I saw. They
both wear purple too. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Same
that
thing.
doesn't help the argument. That they're two different people.
He's not. He is not.
Councilman Owens.
Wow. Wow.
Thoughts on this victory. Leon Slater now the X Division champion, and of course also this major endorsement, a returning AJ Styles at TNA, and just endorsing Leon Slater through the roof. I just want to get y'all initial thoughts on this. Professor, let's start with you.
I'll be very quick. It was a beautiful moment. I loved everything about this. Again, Leon Slater, very, very deserving to be the new X Division champion. Very much a moment toward the future. And for AJ Styles, Mr. TNA, very safe to say, to be used in this regard to come back home. It was fantastic. It was perfectly done.
Courtney, your thoughts?
Congratulations to Leon Slater, and that was definitely a match that I was happy that he got to win, and it did bring sentimental value for AJ Styles to come out because he was the inaugural X Division champion and acknowledged so many of the past champions that have won it, from Samoa Joe to Christopher Daniels to Petey Williams, and so many guys that have won it, and really giving his respect, and that was really a great moment to see. And also I'm very curious on what is going to lead next within the X Division of TNA.
Mayor, your thoughts?
Big moment. I mean, sky's the limit now. You get the AJ Styles rub and you dethrone Moose, who's been a big deal in TNA over the past few years. I think having that crowning moment, establishing him as kind of that next big star of the X Division, but also just of the TNA brand itself, amazing to see. And I'm interested to see like what happens next now that he's the face of that division.
Yeah. Honey, your thoughts?
I think this is exciting to see Leon Slater get his flowers. Definitely well deserved. In regards to getting the ultra rub from AJ Styles, when it's very rare in the business when you are the first of something, or when you're the first.
So you went mute.
Why is he doing that? But as I was saying, it's very special when you're when you're part of something that's just the first of something, and then to be able to see it grow. I remember my little brother when he first told me about AJ Styles, because I had fallen off of watching TNA from some time, and he had showed me AJ Styles when he had, the short haircut. He was still young, fresh, new, but I just knew from the moment that I saw him that this guy was going to be something. I'm just like, wow. Seeing him return that night, it was just like literally not a prodigal son, but just seeing the legend arrive back home and, touching the roots and being able to put over the next talent for the next few years of TNA is just absolutely amazing. So it was a really well done segment for TNA. The crowd went nuts.
Yeah. Deonne, your thoughts?
I mean, it's very hopeful for TNA in the X Division because you get that seal of approval from AJ. You beat Moose. TNA is on the swing, on the uprise. So it's all perfect timing for Leon Slater to get his flowers and pretty much lead this division. Again, just a good moment, man. To see, I don't think we ever really thought we'd see AJ in a TNA ring again. He may have done some like cameras, like some stuff for like the Hall of Fame or something like that, sent a video in or something in the past, but that was about it. But to see him back and then to look at the future behind him in this picture, yeah man, like TNA, a lot happened at Slammiversary, but this was my favorite moment from Slammiversary.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing y'all said, just what is next for the X Division, which I think is in great hands with Leon Slater. Watching him at Rebellion when they were out here and just what he does, what he puts on for it, I think he's just going to carry that division to the heights that it was like when, again, AJ Styles was there, when Samoa Joe was champion. That's the feeling I get with him on there. And then shout out to Moose as well, because Moose held it down. Longest reigning X Division champion. 279 days.
Second.
Incredible. So I think just overall it was an incredible match to see, especially for Slammiversary. And then of course we have new tag champs.
Lord have mercy.
Second favorite moment of the night.
Very
favorite moment of the night.
Very unconditional way. Jeff Hardy went die hard on us with this ladder
Boy.
to pull these titles down and become the new TNA Tag Team Champions. But the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about with this right here,
My heart.
Balance of Glory,
My heart.
October, the Dudleys versus the Hardys.
My heart.
Deonne, your thoughts?
No, you came to me. I made a face, didn't I?
You tilted your head. You cocked your head. You did the.
Okay, sorry. I don't know, man. Last time we saw Devon was on NXT at the 2300 or whatever, and he didn't get in the ring and for that table spot. So I didn't know. I didn't think Devon was even still able to wrestle at this moment. I don't know if. Ooh, man, the Hardys are still doing it, and they're doing it pretty well for what they're doing in TNA. I don't know about this one though, man. I really don't know what to expect from this. It's gonna be Spike.
I was gonna say,
I hope it's not Spike. No, it won't.
No, I hope not.
No.
I hope not. I hope not.
Is Spike a teacher or something now?
I think so. Something like that.
Oh, really?
I think he's like a teacher. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. But no, I don't know about this one, man. Like, I don't know the ages on them. I didn't look that up, but we've seen. Well, I don't want them to tarnish anything, man, because we've seen the best of both of these teams. I don't know if I'm on. Oh, Will, go back. Go somebody else. Because I don't know, man.
He's malfunctioning. You hear me? He's malfunctioning.
It's like
I don't know because I didn't expect that this would happen or Bubba would come out to say one more match against the Dudleys.
Deonne, just say it, bro. They out of shape. Do you scared? We see them bellies on them Dudleys. Like, yo, what y'all doing? It's in October. You got time, but
you got time.
Unless they got
and they.
Devon was in the same McDonald's line than me at the Palms. Like, hey, like, what you doing?
They're smart enough and veterans enough to be able to put together a really good match, I think.
But they talking about getting
tables.
Man. They talking about getting tables out.
Wait, it's not just a regular match.
No, that meant the last thing he said because they were all chanting, "Where's
Devon?"
He said when you see it, you're gonna hear it, Devon, and he went 1, 2, 3, and everybody yelled, "Get the tables." But Mayor, let me get your thoughts.
I hear DDP Yoga works miracles, so Devon be doing that,
and they got time. They got time. October, they got a little time.
I mean, we got to see Devon at fourth rope with his sons took on the Hardys, and I don't think Devon looked like he was out of shape. He's just an older guy. But I imagine Devon sitting on the couch right now being like, I didn't sign up for this.
And we saw his walk with his sons.
That's true.
He has a very retired walk, is what I'm
saying. Yeah, that's what he had on the NXT too. You could tell. That's that old football player walk.
I mean, well, Bubba didn't look the greatest when he did that tag team match with Trick either. So I think just being vets, knowing spots, they'll be able to get in and out, still make it look nostalgic a little bit. You'll see some table spots. I really wish that they can do this with Edge and Christian somehow.
That's
and
the
just
fitting
really tie it back. And as much as Bubba and Booker T be chirping at each other on LFG, I would love to see the Harlem Heat just run something back one time. But I think this is going to sell for TNA. Just the nostalgia of it alone will do numbers for TNA. People will pull up and buy the pay-per-view. They'll pull up and buy tickets to the show just off what we're going to see, whatever it's going to be. It might be 30 minutes. It might be 5. But at least we're getting it on programming.
Yeah. Courtney, being a lover of the tag team division, your thoughts on this announcement?
I kind of sat there when I was doing my watch along because when Bubba came out, I was like, okay, something is bound to happen. And a little fact that he actually put in, this is actually the 25th anniversary of back in January. It was the 25th anniversary when the Hardys and the Dudleys had their tables match at the Royal Rumble in Madison Square Garden. So that brought a lot of nostalgia for fans who remember that match and really changing the game for revolutionary and tag team wrestling. And also with that too, just really saying one more match, I was like, yeah, you need to take my money. I feel like I need to be there in person just to witness it. Because if they're gonna do it one last time, I just hope it's, they're both veterans. They know what spots they have to do. But just seeing it live up close, and especially some of the tag teams that we grew up with, they brought incredible moments, incredible tag teams. And it just makes me happy to see, just seeing the tag teams we fell in love with. It just makes my little heart happy.
If Goldberg can exceed my expectations, so can Devon.
Okay.
You're not going. This gonna go for a couple weeks. You know that, Deonne. So you should just be prepared.
This is what happens when no one asked for Goldberg.
Exactly.
Okay. Here's a question.
It wasn't that though. It really wasn't.
That's what I said. But quick thing. This I've been down on. DX and the Brothers of Destruction has really soured me from a lot of.
Why does everybody hate that match?
I refuse to. Well, here's the thing. I've seen highlights from it. I've never fully watched the match. Shawn Michaels with a bald head. That doesn't exist to me. That doesn't compute. That does not compute. I don't understand what I'm watching when I see Shawn Michaels with a bald head, man. I don't.
His do-rag fell off during that match, right?
I don't know.
He had a headband on.
That's Hickenbottom there.
He was still agile.
Man. But that's just been like that's a sour taste in all of our mouths, I feel like. And these guys had great tag team moments. I hope it's a high note. That's what I'm hoping for. Hoping for the best. Hope it's a high note for him.
All right. Ani, your thoughts?
I feel like this should be a total swerve. I feel like this should be something totally out of left field where Bubba Ray saying you're going to fight some Dudleys. And then all of a sudden it's like a new young family faction of Dudley tag teams that's ready to just take over the TNA and just destroy the Hardys. Like, I don't know. I just feel like something big should come out of that. But if they're going this route, I guess, like, I think there will be time for them to be able to get into a good enough shape. I mean, Bubba, no matter what size he is, I feel like that man could go at any point in time. Like, he's always ready for some reason. I just feel like Bubba Ray Dudley's built like that. I'm not sure, but it's just more so like, of course, the safety of Devon and, just worrying about Devon going forward. But DDP yoga does work miracles.
Mm-hmm.
Professor.
They actually teased this match when we were at Fourth Rope during Mania weekend. And so seeing this actually happen, here's the thing. Bubba Ray has been active on the independents this whole time. So he's still out there actively wrestling. They both have a wrestling school. So it's just an issue for Devon to get in shape. The issue, though, is people have an expectation when it comes to the Hardys and the Dudleys. This isn't just we tag in, we tag out. It's a great tag team rivalry, like FTR and the Young Bucks. No, they're expecting some explosive stuff in here. And here's what we know. The Hardys have been wrestling regularly this whole time. Mm-hmm. They just had another ladder match, right? You're not looking at very many TLC matches for the Dudley boys. And here's potentially where the concern lies. The concern lies is, can we do what we did 25 years ago?
Right.
We don't have to do it every day, but can we do it just that one more time?
Just that one more night.
And we all know when you start feeling good and and the crowd is hyping you up and they cheering, you still got it. And that adrenaline, and you try to do that one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that everybody involved figures out how to be in the best shape possible. Because here's the thing, the Hardys are going to take the chances.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the Dudleys are going to also. So this is either going to be, an amazing, oh my God, I didn't know they could still do this moment. Or, oh my God, we witnessed a live tragedy. And hopefully it's not the latter. But with that said, because it's that unpredictable, people are going to order it.
Yeah.
Listen, people ordered Ric Flair in the ring, and the man had a heart attack in front of all of us.
Oof.
And we were just like, oh, wow. I don't think we're going to get a heart attack when these two teams get together.
Devon going to the top rope, y'all.
That's what I'm, bro. We on the
You know what?
He was up.
I need to know.
He was up.
Is he gonna
It's
really
gonna be a little closer.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's gonna be a little closer.
Nothing Devon do on that top rope this year look worse than Cody's splash last week.
Okay,
Listen,
can we not talk about that?
Yes, we are going to talk about that.
That was that Snoop Dogg splash on AEW. That was
that
trash.
was awful. It was like what?
He looked so unsure of himself. Like, eh.
He was too tailored, man. That everything was so.
The suit was too tight.
Yeah, man.
He just went out
Nobody
like,
told you to go out in that suit. Nobody told you to go out in that suit. Yeah, the whole track outfit you could have went out there with.
That-
You
Oh
couldn't do that.
my gosh.
that splash bothered me. I was so angered by it. I
If
was
the
so
suit was too
angered.
tight, it should have busted at the seam somewhere. I need footage.
Yeah, like you ain't got other ones or something, bro.
I can't.
Oh man, but yeah, we
Protect
don't-
his pocket watch, all that stuff, man. He was making sure.
That's what you like, Deon, huh?
That's what you're going with?
That's what gets you up in the morning, does it?
The splash, doing terrible.
I didn't get to mention this earlier
doing
'cause I was
terrible
muted, but
splashes
like,
on people and just making people sign contracts and changing timelines. Just ruining everything.
I know we all ain't been around each other in a long time, but I didn't get to mention this earlier because I was muted. I didn't know I was muted. But this all ends with the reverse of Cody Roman round 3, right? With Roman as a face, Cody as a heel. Rubber match.
Man, that's the thing though. Like I don't. Everybody keeps saying and I don't see it happening.
What, Cody's heel or that match?
Cody going here, like I'm
Me neither.
I'm still not seeing anything that's giving me that.
He made a man sign a contract. while he
Yeah,
was
but you got
unconscious.
but again,
All his merchandise look MAGA. It's the perfect time.
Oh god.
But I'm
Literally.
saying, John ain't. I feel like John hasn't done enough to get him to that breaking point. You know
How
what I'm
many
saying?
dates we got
Like,
left? Like 8 or less.
Maybe it's not about getting John to a breaking point. Maybe it's about getting Cody to a breaking point.
no, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
That's what it.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying. Like John hasn't got him to that breaking point.
right.
Like to where it's like,
Mind
yo,
games.
you're gonna throw all your morals out the window, and it's like, yo, like the crowd is still behind you. People still like, especially the solo segment, which was hilarious with him getting arrested. It's
That
like
was good.
you're still the guy.
He just
But that's
committed
what
a crime, though. He just forged a signature on national television.
I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like
It's wrestling, man.
It's wrestling. I don't know.
Next.
I
That's
don't
the
know.
answer. It's wrestling.
Yeah.
What- Sure. Okay.
So yeah. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Title for title was on the line. Masha Slamovich versus JC Jane. We called it, and we now have a double champion in JC. And thoughts on this? Did they get it right? And how does this make you feel about the current partnership? Professor,
Y'all really want me to go first?
have your soapbox.
Are you sure you want me to go first?
Yo, this is,
Because I think you'll speak for all of us.
this is one of the main reasons why when you said I'm available today, I was like, oh, I can't wait to hear this. I can't wait
Well,
to hear this.
So let me start by saying this. There are a lot of questions in terms of what does this mean for the partnership, and does this mean that kind of it's a one-sided partnership? Of course, it's not a one-sided partnership. Are you kidding me? This is a perfect partnership. Here's the problem right now. Do not try to figure out if the movie is fair when you're 30 minutes in. Okay? You're 30 minutes in the Superman movie. Of course, Superman looks like he's losing. You got to stay and watch the whole movie. Here's what's happening right now. This to me is absolutely brilliant. You got a partnership with WWE in TNA. Everything that you can possibly measure says that TNA is benefiting terrifically from this. It's the largest house they've ever had in North America, almost 8,000 people. That's certainly more than a regular weekly AEW show for sure. They're killing it with these numbers. They got more eyes. They were trending #1 on X for Sports all night long Sunday. And here's what they're doing. They now have a situation where it's the David versus Goliath. Everybody knows that WWE is the Goliath, the corporate powerhouse. And whether you like TNA or not, you're going to root for the underdog. So the fact that everybody's screaming about this says that you're already rooting for the underdog. You're rooting for TNA. WWE could have had a scenario where they said, you know what, we're the great guys in all of this. You will root for us. No, they're creating a scenario where TNA is going to get their lick back. And when they do, you're going to want to see it. So to me, this is a perfect situation. JC Jane winning this championship to me is akin to Jinder Mahal becoming WWE champion. It's the thing you didn't see coming. There was no real setup for it, yet it turns around and it becomes the star-making move. Jinder was a star after he became the world champion, but nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw JC Jane as the one of Fatal Attraction being the one. Then she turns around and in Fatal Influence, and she's still kind of the background girl. And all of a sudden, here she is on top of 2 women's divisions. At some point, we're going to have to say, we believe in JC Jane. You don't have to like her, but you're going to have to respect her because this is not a game. But think about what this also does, not just for TNA, but what this does for NXT. Both JC Jane and Trick Williams need these title runs. We've talked before about whether or not Trick Williams has been able to do a great match. The only way he was going to do that was against more experienced competitors, and those competitors lie in TNA.
Yes.
So he's getting great experience from that. JC Jane is now wrestling people she never had an opportunity to wrestle before. And here's the deal. To be a great champion doesn't mean you have to be a great wrestler. It means you need to get a great reaction. Ric Flair was great because he had the 4 horsemen protecting him. We just talked about Roman Reigns' greatness, and Roman finally acknowledges that it was the rest of the bloodline that was helping him. And people were mad for 4 years, and that sells tickets because when you're mad, you're going to pay to see somebody dethrone that person. That's what we got. This is a perfect partnership. It's amazing. And I love to see it because, again, remember, this is a multi-year partnership that's been signed. We're only in the first 6 months of year 1. Think about that. So that means we got a long way to go. There's a lot more story to be told. You know TNA is going to get their championships back. The question is, how will they align? How will they come together? How will they put their own differences aside to go, oh, snap, we need to fight? And while I'm here, let me also mention this. For people who want to say it's one-sided, think about it. It wasn't until May that we saw a championship change hands between NXT and TNA. And there were multiple times where TNA championships were on the line against NXT stars, and the TNA champions won. Do I need to remind you of Moose defending the X Division championship against Lexis King on NXT television? Or how about those Hardys defending the TNA World Tag titles against the unbeatable Fraxium in Madison Square Garden? And they win, right? Many opportunities for the TNA stars to defend their titles, and they did that successfully. Same for NXT. So I want to make sure people really look at this objectively. This is a scenario where we are barely 6 months into the first year of a multi-year partnership between these two companies. It's going swimmingly well, guys. And to try to measure it and say it's one-sided because of what happened at one event is short-sighted. And it means you're not willing to sit down and watch the rest of the movie. We all know better than this.
Also, just want to make sure, Mandy Rose, this is what a double champion looks like.
Okay.
Just so you're aware.
That part.
Just so you're aware. That's what a double champ is.
That
So
part.
you know, in case that wasn't clear for you, Mandy Rose. Anyone else have any thoughts on this victory?
Shout out to JC Jane being the breakout of her faction, just like Liv Morgan was.
Big
Fact.
fact.
True.
Big
True.
facts. Still standing.
True.
Still standing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So congratulations, JC Jane. I think like you to Professor's point, we're in the middle of Act 1.
Mm-hmm.
And with all the potential that is there, there's so much there. This also, what I will say, this is leading up for us to get a lot of the stuff we have not gotten that we've wanted in NXT. Like, this can lead to Hell in a Cell matches. This can lead to Elimination Chamber matches.
Mhm.
This could bring back war games between NXT and TNA.
Mhm.
Fire.
Or
Fire.
where it gets so big where it's like, yo, Survivor Series, we need a traditional Survivor Series match between NXT and TNA.
Yep.
Because we already saw it, even just moving forward to the main event, the TNA champion was on Monday Night Raw to address that he's going to be talking with The Undertaker at NXT.
Man, listen.
So again, TNA is being mentioned on Monday Night Raw on Netflix.
The
Yep.
world we live
Yep.
in. The
That
world
belt
we live in.
was shown on Monday Night
Lord have
Raw.
mercy, for real.
On Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
The world we live in.
So again, if you really think it's like, oh man, this is unfair. Yo, we're talking about TNA. We're watching TNA now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
These people are winning.
They're winning.
So congratulations to them. So congratulations to having a dope Slammiversary, which I will say too, you know, I don't know if it's just my opinion, but no notes.
None.
On Slammiversary. All they matches cooked.
Great. It was great.
It was great.
It was a great solid event.
I'm sorry, I do have one note. AJ, if you don't fall on your fucking back when you're going through a ladder, do not go.
Oh my God.
Feet first, bro, is wild.
Feet first, splitting the uprights. Sir, you don't want children or to walk again.
What would you do?
Child.
God.
I was like, yo, that's how you know God real. Cause like how he felt like, bro, that could have went so much
Oh my
worse.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Come
Absolutely.
on, AJ. We rooting for you, bro. We first class all the way, but I need you to
Just
tighten
stay on the ground, man. Just stay on the ground.
Mhm.
I don't mind him off the ground because that flip he did off the ladder, I was like, I see
That
you.
was solid.
Yeah,
That
but
was solid.
stay on the ground, man. Just stay-
But feet first, crazy. Crazy.
I just need TNA and WWE to keep doing like Dory from Finding Nemo and just keep swimming. Just please.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it with our, sorry about that. That is it with our trending news. So now we're going to move into our next segment, one of our favorites. It's time. It's time for the blind five, ladies and gentlemen.
Blind five.
Blind five. All right. For those that don't know, I know, Professor, you are new to this. Mayor, I think you may just now be experienced as well as Courtney.
I did one.
Okay, no. So you did do one. Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. So, for those that are new to the show, we are having a segment called the Blind Five. What we do is we will give you a list and you will rank them between 1 and 5. And once you've made your decision, no changing it. We will not tell you the segment though, or the category in which this one is, but just because we are in our house, I think Deonne has cooked up something a little bit differently. So for his sake, I'm going to pass the mic to him and let him run today's Blind Five.
Okay, so we usually would do a blind five for each guest, but we got a full house, so it's one blind five that everybody's doing. I'll take the numbers down wherever you rank them. Will, I do. Can I say the topic for this one? I think it's warranted.
You are in control of the blind five today, sir.
Okay, since it's SummerSlam season, it's gonna be the greatest SummerSlam matches. Maybe your favorite match is there, maybe it's not. Maybe it's a match you never thought of, but it made this 5 list. And you just have to blindly rank them where you think they should be. Any questions?
Okay. No.
Okay.
No.
Yep. All right. So first match for this one, and this is for everybody. We're going to be ranking them. I'll go around. Triple H Shawn Michaels 2002. Shawn Michaels coming back for his first match after how many years away?
Oh, he's born again?
5 years.
This is
5
born.
years away. Yep.
This is Born Again Shawn, the non-sanctioned match at SummerSlam.
Okay.
Honey, let's start with you. Where are you ranking?
wait.
No.
Wait, we don't get to hear the other matches?
No, they're blind. It's blindly.
That's a blind choice.
So I'm
That's-
going
that's
in.
the
I'm,
trick.
blindly
That's
rank
the
them.
trick, Professor. That's the trick.
and we'll see
You
where it
can't
shakes
switch.
out in the end.
And you can't switch.
Man.
And you don't know what's coming up. It may
It's a blind ranking.
The blind ranking.
Professor, I'll come to you last.
I don't get to know the rest of it.
Like, how do you rank? Oh, okay. All right.
Blind rank.
Blind rank.
Wait.
Oh, trust me, it's meant to make you feel some way.
Very
That
much
way
so.
You could be okay with your list, or you go cuss Deonne out.
Okay.
It's happened. Both have
Okay.
happened. So, honey, where do you rank? You blindly rank Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels back after so many years. Jim Ross gave us those great sound bites at the end. Wasn't it? You have no heart. You have no soul. You son of a bitch. Like,
Mhm.
so great match. Honey, where are you putting this?
I would have to put this at number 3.
Ooh, okay. Will, where are you putting this one? 4. All right. Surprise,
Like that to say,
surprise.
I don't trust you. So
What do you mean?
Wow.
I don't trust where you be going with some of your stuff.
Yeah, anytime Deonne says trust me, don't.
Oh my god.
Yo, exactly.
Courtney, where are you putting it?
I'm gonna put it at 3.
All right. Playing the safe. I get it. Say what you got, man.
It's tough because it's Born Again. So I gotta pay respect to Born Again HBK, but
First match back, man.
I feel like it's gonna be something ridiculous on this list too, though. So I'm gonna say 3.
Professor.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with 3 as well.
I started
We're
a
playing it
trend.
safe here.
Started
we're
a
playing-
trend.
Most
Again,
of
I don't
everybody's
trust-
playing
I
it
don't
safe.
trust-
You went lower than everybody.
Because I don't trust you. And then I'm thinking about all the SummerSlam matches we've had.
Yeah, I'm trying to just
Yeah,
think.
that's
I
all
kinda
I
I
had
know
that
yours
picture too.
do.
So.
And I kind of know you're thinking, and I'm like, yo, I at least know 2 he got up in here. There's 2 that I know you have to have up in here as far as
We'll wait.
I
We'll
hope-
wait to see then.
yeah.
So this
Don't
next
be
one-
surprised if it's those ridiculous ones too. Don't put it past him.
Mhm.
What do you mean ridiculous?
I'm not putting past
You
anything.
know what I mean when I say ridiculous. If y'all watch
Okay.
the show, y'all know what we mean.
We'll get to the next. We'll get to the next one. One of my favorite matches that I put on here. It's 2014 Stephanie versus Brie. Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Best pedigree in the business. Great storyline. Stephanie's match. Another comeback story for you, said. Stephanie's coming back. Had a hell of a match. Nikki turned heel. We got that meme of Triple H. Where you said first up, where you ranking this one?
It's gonna be something else on this list that I hate, but I'm gonna put this at 5.
I really thought this was a fun match. I enjoyed it for some reason. Honey, where you going?
I'm gonna go 5-2.
Will,
Hit me with that 5, man.
I got 5.
have y'all not watched this match over since then?
I watched the match, but if we're talking about ranking wise, like it was a good match, but it's like, is it one of the greatest? Like, first of all, like I told you, I missed the Bella movement, so it's like, okay,
Oh, you did, didn't you?
yeah. So it's like, okay, Lil Bree mode.
I ain't give a damn about that Bella movement.
It's offensive to mention this with
Unfortunately, I
Born
had to
Again.
watch through that.
Yeah. You got Born Again Sean up here at no sanction with Hunter. You think I'm gonna put Bree and them above that?
Professor, do the right thing.
10.
10.
I'll put you down for 5. Courtney,
Put a 2 at the right at the top of the 5.
Put it in small
Courtney?
letters too. Small
Put
letters.
it small.
what you got? Where you putting it?
I gotta go 5 on this match. Yeah.
All right, that's everybody, right? Said you gave it a 5. Honey gave it a 5. We played it. We played it smart. That's fine. That's fine. I enjoyed that.
No, we
match.
not. This is just common sense.
Well, let's pick it up then. Let's turn it up a notch. SummerSlam 98. That guy right there, the People's Champ versus Triple H, another Nation versus DX rivalry. This was 98 was hot, man. You had Highway to Hell. That match was, come on, man, one of the best promos ever. But this match,
My God.
where are we putting this match? Courtney, I'll go you first.
Go with me.
4.5.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the way Honey spazzed out at the end of that debate, if we ever get like a compilation like of WWT, that gotta be it.
That's definitely one of my top crash outs.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So no half spots, no half rankings.
No, not doing
It's
half.
work.
I'm gonna put this as number 4.
Honey.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same for him. I don't trust you, man.
Professor.
4.
Wow, man. Why are we playing it safe tonight? Will, come on, do it.
Because we don't trust you.
Is this the reputation I've established on
Yes.
this show now?
You're Beyonce.
Not to be trusted?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
left us.
Sir, you left us and set a whole PDF of your predictions with your big ass logo on them. Thinking that we gonna still throw your picks out.
With
Sure
you
did.
Okay. That was 2 weeks ago. All right, let's who's up? Who's next?
I picked-
Will.
Well, not Goldberg, that's for sure.
Will,
Oh
where?
God.
He said, "Who's next?" I'm just saying.
I would not be shocked if he had a Goldberg match for SummerSlam on this. I would not be shocked.
I'm gonna put 3. I will say I did thoroughly enjoy this match.
Say it. Where you at, man?
I'm gonna go against the grain here and say 2.
Height of the attitude era here, man. Or we getting seal building. So say it. Hey, that's a good spot, man. Just had a secondary picture up there just for now. All right.
Did you ask Professor?
Yeah, Professor. Yeah.
I
You
said
got
4.
it at 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember my order. Okay.
This where the BS finna come in.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I smell shenanigans. I don't care.
Man.
We got SummerSlam 92. British Bulldog and Bret Hart. You wish you had those lower numbers now, don't you?
Hell no, it's just gonna be 2. There's gonna be 2. It ain't gonna be 1. I bet you not know that. Actually, they
listen,
had great matches.
There's actually
They
a
had
match
great-
that makes me nervous right now if he brings this match up. Because if
Right.
but
This
This match
is
was good though.
Yeah, him and British Bulldog always had great matches.
This
so
match
I'm
was
not mad.
so good.
Mine is 2.
Will,
is
you got
2.
2.
I got 2.
Professor, you're at 2. Honey,
Yeah, I'm gonna say 2 also.
say where you at, man.
Man,
You
this
got
is
slots 1 and 4 left.
this was a moment, bro. We crowned Davey Boy Smith. I don't know what we got next. I'm just gonna put this at 1.
You got 1 and 4.
I'm gonna put this at 1.
Yeah, you only got 1.
I'm surprised you didn't put this at 1.
This is prime Brett right here.
This was a solid match.
It was a very good match. Very good.
Definitely one of the most memorable. I remember watching this match. I remember this match being on VHS tape.
This is one of the matches you show somebody that you introduced to wrestling for the first time.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Right.
This is one of those for sure. Clinic.
Yeah,
Courtney.
That's the first time I was okay with a white man with braids. I was like, you know what? You got it. You got it. You got it, British. The beards and everything. I'm like, you go, sir. You do.
Courtney. You got slots 1 and 2 left.
I'm only going to put this as 1 because I'm nervous on what's going to be next. I'm very nervous. And also, this was a really good match. And also one of the few times you ever see the Intercontinental title on the main event spot.
I thought.
Okay. So just so I got those down. Professor, you went 2. Honey, you went 2. Said you went 1. Will, you went 4. And Courtney, you went what again?
1.
Perfect. Okay. And last match, it's not that bad, man. It's not like I'm gonna throw out, a Goldberg match or,
There's some options.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, let's do that one.
Let's do that one. Like you got options on there.
I do.
Oh, okay. I'm good.
So this will be if it's everybody's number 1.
I'm cool with that.
It's
Wait.
not
What was the original one you was about to pick?
This was the original in the rotation.
You a lying sack of shit. Which one?
No, this is the next one up.
I don't believe you.
But no, here's the others. There was that one.
I was wondering why that wasn't there.
Why wasn't that on there?
And there was that one.
Oh,
And there was that
What?
one. There were
ladder
2
match?
at the end.
Okay.
That match right there.
Okay.
This is a fine number 1.
You just Goldberg this thing. I just want you to know that you just Goldberg this blind 5.
This is a great number 1.
shout out to Hitman representation.
It
I'm
led
okay
to the
with
screw
all
job.
I'm
This
okay
is
with any of
perfect.
this. I'm okay with any of this. You have a picture of my big 3. This is definitely my number 1. I'm fine with that.
And it leads into our next segment. So, okay.
There we go. I can't believe y'all mad at my list, man. Okay, this is
Yeah,
number.
I'm not mad.
This one, though?
This would have been number
I
1.
bet. Okay.
Yeah.
This definitely.
Y'all remember?
Easily.
Do you remember this one as again we're doing SummerSlam, right?
Yes.
Is this one as memorable as the WrestleMania one?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
This was
Yeah.
like the first TLC match.
It's the first.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
you remember 17.
Yes.
Yes.
These two- bro, there's no notes on either one of these. Both of these. It was like getting a
Classic.
sequel
Yeah.
that hit.
Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2.
Mm-hmm.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's been my blind five for this week.
You just like segue. Just segue.
I mean, I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
I mean, I'm not
Damn.
mad. I'm not mad with my blind 5. I'm okay.
It's a good list. Said you did have this at number 4, though.
Yeah.
The Bella match out on there. Like, I guess.
Ladies and
Should I
gentlemen.
recap or are we all good?
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Have I taken enough arrows? Okay.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and air you off like NBC did Goldberg.
Just fade to black.
Credit. Just credit after that. This man had gold on here. He go just all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get into our final segment. You watch WT, but if you don't, we'll still give you a little bit of a catch up. We normally do debates on Women's Wrestling Talk's YouTube channel, and if you're not following that, please make sure that you do go follow and support Women's Wrestling Talk. If you've seen the Shield debate, you have seen Honey's legendary crash out. the origins of the 0.5 assassin and Courtney. And so we've been trying to figure out what was going to be the next great debate between us. And we came up with one. And it is who is the greatest Canadian wrestler? And so in doing this, we decided on this episode, we are going to do a little bit of an elimination process, if you will. And in this elimination process, we are going to get it down to the top 5 greatest wrestlers. So then when we do the debate, we don't have to figure out who should go in which. It'll already be solidified for us to begin our debate. So I'm going to pull up our screen here. As a matter of fact, these are just a little bit too small. Give me a second. I want everything to be legible for y'all to read. And so what we'll do is we will go down this list. And in this list, we will figure out who to eliminate.
Good Lord.
Yes.
I'm from Winnipeg, you idiot.
So, oops. Dang it. Come on. Don't fail me now. And then, of course, they changed all the buttons with new icons. So I don't know what's what.
They really don't send out an email of anything about that.
Nothing. They just be like, hey, change. There you go. Like, bruh. All right, so we'll cut this one off and this one off first. Okay, so we'll start with this first. We'll start from the bottom and then go up. So here,
let me ask a question because
Jinder Mahal is Canadian.
Like 20. They have like 20 some odd wrestlers on here. Is there a way we can look at the whole list and just pick who our big 5 are? Because if we go through this whole list, we're gonna be here a while.
Oh yeah. Honestly, too, it's like once you see some of these, you kind of know who to cut out. Like if I'm being honest, Mike Bailey is definitely not top 5, so we know Speedball's out.
Mm-hmm.
Consensus, yeah. I don't think anybody from that right side either. The far right.
Yeah, Jinder Mahal
with that.
Chelsea Green is someone to
not of all time.
Okay, Big Demo,
Josh Alexander, maybe no,
not of all time.
No, not Josh.
Yeah.
Not Josh.
All time.
So we can say this row is not making that's highlighted. Not
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
No offense, y'all. No offense.
Okay, gone.
I honestly think you got him lined up already.
The only
Just
one
looking at it.
column that I'm moving on is Lance Storm.
On here, Gail, Kim, and Christian.
What? Lance?
Wait. That we're eliminating? Lance
I'm
Storm?
just saying from this column, only one I got top 5 for me is Lance Storm because I'm just looking at this left column from what I see. Yeah.
The left column is where it's at.
Yeah.
Christian needs to be moved over to that column.
Yeah, the ones I have highlighted, those are the only ones I see staying is Gail, Kim, Christian, and Lance Storm.
Okay.
That's it.
Petey Williams doesn't get a in because of the Canadian Destroyer.
Well,
Not for the greatest 5. He gave us some.
no.
Like it's a great contribution, but not for like the greatest.
Little Petey Pump, we don't get none for that.
Petey.
You don't get that either.
He was very good. Team Canada, X Division champ.
I like Petey Williams.
So can we say the rest of these are getting eliminated?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's way quicker than you think, Professor. As soon as you start seeing them, you like, nah. It's very. Now this is where it starts to get very interesting.
I can't really see the.
I need to see the first.
I got you.
Jacques Rougeau.
Listen, man. Okay, there we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
My
6.
God.
Jeez, this list.
I had a couple of ideas coming into this. So
This list hurts. Oh my God. And then you got the classic names in there too. Dino Bravo, like
Rick Martel,
Roddy.
But you got to think about like who moved the needle.
Who
moved in the world of wrestling too?
Firing, yeah.
If you're talking about needle moving, if we're talking about needle,
not just that. That's not the only thing that could count into consideration. Is needle move? Can you tell the story of wrestling without that person? You can't tell the story of wrestling without these Canadian wrestlers. That's those 5.
Ooh.
All right. Well, then can I vote one and just see what everybody else thinks, or like
That's
if I just
eliminating one.
Are you
no,
voting
not
for or
to
voting
not to
off?
eliminate, just
Oh.
like saying
Oh,
voting.
let's say
for,
who
like,
goes into that top 5.
Oh, we're saving.
Yeah, I would vouch to save Roddy Piper.
I can't agree to that just yet. I can't agree to that.
Mm.
But he never repped Canada like that, right? Like,
So he was billed from Scotland, but
Yeah.
he was born
Born
in
in Canada.
yeah.
Interesting.
So he is a Canadian.
I never say that he's a Canadian wrestler, though. You never say Roddy Piper is a Canadian wrestler. Bret Hart, you do. Jericho, you do. Right?
Yeah, but I mean, but again, like Jericho didn't rep Canada like that either, but he's Canadian. Neither did Trish, but it's like they're Canadian.
They did.
Oh yeah,
Jericho
did.
told that man, "I'm from Winnipeg, you idiot." Remember?
Yeah, he
that?
did.
Yeah, but opposed to like what you said with like Roddy, like the whole flag running around, like everything like that.
This is
I mean,
tough.
Jericho wore his Canadians jersey.
I want to take a stab at it though.
I think I can take a stab at it too.
I'm just going to select 5 people I think, and just first round. I'm going to say Brett, Chris, Jericho, Trish, Omega, Storm.
Oh, we.
I'm gonna go Brett, Jericho, Omega. It's tough right in here.
I was saying, start getting difficult.
And we have to pick 4 or 5.
5.
Okay.
I can say
Trish,
I think Brett is
Trish. So Brett, Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, Trish, and ain't nobody gonna agree with me on this, but I'm gonna build a case. Stu Hart.
Yes, Stu. I was thinking that
You
too
said
because he built the dungeon.
when you said, "Can you tell the story of wrestling without them?" You can't tell it without Stu Hart.
And also with the fact of the dungeon.
I don't disagree. You can't tell the story of wrestling without him in the dungeon.
Yeah, the dungeon.
And that's on one of those when they talk about like the old school comparisons. You wouldn't get Brett, you wouldn't get Jericho, you wouldn't get none of them.
You without Stu Hart and Vern Gagne, you don't have the sport of pro wrestling as we know
At all.
Period.
Yep.
So Stu Hart has to be on this list.
I think I got my 5 too.
Yeah, I think I'm getting my 5 in.
Okay. So are we all agreeing that Brett holds one of those slots in the 5?
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Are we agreeing that Jericho holds a slot in that 5?
For sure.
Yes.
Okay. Let me change this. And then are we mentioned Trish. Is Trish sitting in this top 5? Do we all agree?
No.
Ooh.
I say yes.
That's hard for me to say, as like Trish was one of my favorites in that era, attitude era and time and stuff, but
so we got 3 slots left. And I'll make a big argument that Edge go in this top 5.
I got Edge on my list.
I like
I
the
like
argument.
that.
I like the
Edge
argument.
don't make top 5.
Not mad about that.
Here's what's tough for me. It's the Edge versus Trish conversation, and part of why it's tough is thinking to want a representative for women's wrestling on this list. But you know, if it's Edge versus Trish, that's a tough one. Edge was huge, and he's still contributing.
So I put his towards more like when you said Kenny Omega. Like I would put Edge over Kenny Omega before I'd even have like the comparison with him and Trish.
But see, the thing with Omega for me is Omega was international.
Yeah.
Edge primarily did his stuff in the States and in Canada. Kenny Omega did his stuff in Japan, and then what he did led to the creation of AEW.
Yeah.
So
Mine's
There's
my
that story. There's that story element. That story of wrestling. The story of wrestling, right?
Yeah, the story of wrestling.
my
Okay.
thing. My thing in more isn't so Edge versus Trish. It's more Trish versus Natalia for me.
Okay, so can I ask this? Dino Bravo and Rick Martel, are they in the 5 or can they go?
No, I appreciate what they did, but not.
I like
I used to be a big fan of them.
Definitely,
Appreciate the
definitely.
contribution.
Trailblazers for sure.
Can Jock as well? Is he going?
Yeah.
Yep, he's got to go. Sorry.
Mick
He's the
Foley Jr.
Mountie.
Well, yeah.
No.
His story still.
Sammy can go. Sammy can go.
Robert Roode.
If we got that glorious main roster run, we'd be
Man,
having enough fun.
listen, I mean, that TNA run was fire.
Yeah, team.
The
We
NXT.
can't underestimate that TNA run.
Mhm.
But
Can't
does it
forget
make
about
top
that.
5? Does it make
No.
top 5? Okay.
Nah.
Who? Man, this
Take
good.
out
Okay.
Kenny. Take out Kenny.
Take out Kenny.
What?
No,
No,
I
no,
can't
no.
agree with that just
Take
yet.
out Kevin
Take out-
Owens.
Yes.
No.
You can take out KO.
Take out
Okay,
Kevin Owens.
Okay.
Do we all agree with taking
You
out
can,
Kenny?
you can take out Piper.
You can
Yeah,
take out
I
Piper.
think you can,
I would
man.
say you
Yeah.
can take out Piper.
You
Mhm.
sure?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if
Yeah.
we go, I would say more like because of his character being built from where he was, he fall more into that than the Canadian thing for me.
I guess
Mhm.
so. I
Like,
guess.
we're kind of missing something here too, y'all. Like, and I'm just gonna
Saskatoon.
test the waters here. Was Owen not a better wrestler than Brett?
Oh, we had this conversation.
Owen was a better wrestler than Brett, but the question is the greatest of all time, and it
gotta
deals with
explain
more
it,
than
though.
wrestling skill at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It deals with more
because
than
it's
wrestling
tough.
skill.
We're talking more than wrestling, aren't we?
And
Yeah,
it's like
Bret Hart, man.
impact.
yeah, because
Who's
it
the
was
most
such
impact?
cool.
I'm not going
'Cause
through
I-
this debate twice.
I've
in a
always
week.
liked Owen more than Brett, but
Yeah,
I'm not-
hey,
Owen
not
and
going
Brett
to
is
the
like a
greater
Ryu
impact.
and Ken
Okay.
type of thing. It's like
Brett had the
Yeah.
greater impact.
Yeah, he
Owen is
did.
a sentimental favorite, but Brett had the greater impact.
Owen is a dark horse and an honorable mention for sure. Like he's
Yeah,
the-
Owen's like right there.
But-
Honorable
Dang,
mention.
man.
see now this is tough.
Well,
In
still was-
my top 5, I'm willing to part with Lance Storm if not everybody's on board with that. I just think he
Yeah,
has a
See,
lot of.
oof.
yeah. Just because the hitters that's on here, like, it's no
Mhm.
disrespect to Landstorm, but just because of this list, it's like that's the one right now that's sitting at the bottom for me. Like how this is. Right
if I
now.
could be serious for a minute.
If
Mhm.
Yeah, that rolling half
Mhm.
crab, man. Come on. Just
Gail Kim.
this breaks my heart.
Ooh.
This does make me a little sad.
So the reason why I would take Gail Kim off of this list is her impact was primarily TNA.
In the knockouts division, yeah.
But overall as a wrestler. So that not just WWE.
That's why, but no, that's why I'd have to take her out because her impact was only in TNA.
Yeah, her main impact. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
on
do
the
we all
knockouts
agree?
division.
Do we all agree Gail Kim can go?
Yes.
And I love Gail Kim.
Yeah,
Yes.
same.
Gail's great. Gail is very great.
Deonne, this is our second time.
This sure
I love
is. Oh my God, this sure is because of my blind 5.
When did we? Oh,
No,
goodness.
the
we
one has
sure
to
did.
go.
did.
Like, one
The
has
one
to
has
go.
to go. The one has
And
to
she
go.
thought she
Oh.
won with
One
that.
has
He's
to
like,
go.
Gail Kim. She's like, what? Yeah, this is easy. Okay, now this is where it starts to. It's just getting a little rougher.
Woo.
So we can just rip the Band-Aid off if everybody thinks
Christy
that
Cage comes
Owen
off.
doesn't belong.
Yeah, Christian can go.
Yeah, Christian can go.
Well, hold on. Before you say Captain Charisma,
All
I
right,
would say Kevin can go. Kevin Owens can go before Christian.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
Kevin.
Make that, yeah.
I
Make
agree
that
Kevin
move,
can go.
Will. I'm cool with
Okay.
that.
Bear, your thoughts?
Mhm.
I think Kevin would agree with that. No.
Christian was just in one
I
of
think
the.
Kevin is like 5.5
Oh God.
right now.
Yeah, because again, listen, we got 3 slots left. It's 3 slots. Only 3 of these people can make it.
I think you can get Kevin KO out of there. I think
Yeah,
it'd be
Kevin's
okay.
gotta go.
Only because he's still writing his story is why I'm
Mhm.
comfortable with him being let go.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Owens has had a great impact, but if I'm even being honest, I don't even think we've seen Kevin to his full peak yet.
Well,
I think he's still.
can we solidify slot 3 at Stu Hart?
Yes.
Yes,
When
please.
Professor talked about that story of wrestling,
I can't agree with that yet. I can't.
Hey,
agree.
wait. Okay, Councilman. Let me put it this way: when you this is the thing that sells me on this. You
Right.
said, "Can you tell the story of pro wrestling without them?" You cannot tell the story of pro wrestling without
You
Stu
can't.
Hart.
That's a
Without
good
Stu Hart, we're not talking about Bret Hart, literally and figuratively. We're not talking about a huge portion of pro wrestling, period, without Stu Hart. We don't have
Do we need
Stampede
another
Wrestling.
caveat then?
We don't have we just
was-
named
these people on your list without Stu Hart.
none of them are
That's
here
what
without
puts
Stu
him
Hart.
over.
But my other argument to that is that's his school as a wrestler.
No. What we're talking Impact, right?
Yeah.
As
but
a
that is one- and
as a
that's
wrestler,
that's one portion of being a
as
great.
a wrestler, he was a champion wrestler. He was a greatly feared wrestler, which is what allowed him to open Stampede, allowed him to open the Dungeon. All of it. He's literally a god in
But
Canada.
I'm just asking. I'm not disagreeing. That's why I'm like.
So that's why for me it's you can't have Canadian wrestling without Stu Hart.
Ooh, that's tough.
We should watch some
I,
Stu Hart
I
match.
think
Now
let me
we're
put
not
it to you
talking
this
about
way.
You
Let me
have
put it to you
to.
this way.
Say it,
The
Councilman.
people in Canada would think this list is a sham if Stu Hart is not on there.
Where's
Say it.
TK when you need it?
Damn, bro.
Mhm.
They
You know,
think
you gonna throw
it
your
lacks
strength out
credibility.
like that?
It lacks credit. It lacks
You gonna represent
credibility.
Canada like that? It's like
That is
Canada would be a shame if this.
that's like saying who are the greatest South African leaders and not having Nelson Mandela on there.
I'm like, how do I play after that? That's checkmate. Like, I don't have nothing to follow that up with.
I'm just saying.
He said Canada would be a shame if we
How many names is this total?
This list is a sham.
be a sham. I'm like, yo, I
Supposed to be
can't do
5 out of these.
Should we just move it to a top 10?
no, because again, like the rating system we did for the last one,
You got to
we do
debate.
yeah, this leading to the debate. So we got to be 5.
Damn. Because if we got to include Stu and Trish and Natalia are only women, do we just qualify it and do a separate women's list?
If I'm being honest, in this list, Natalia can go. In this list,
yeah.
Natalia can go.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, Natalia's dope. Like compared to these legends, honey, come on now. Compared to these legends that we got right here, you got Stu Hart. Y'all talking about putting Stu Hart in here, and we really finna have the boat take in on the final 2 slots.
So are we
All right.
removing Christian and Owen then? All things said.
I can go without Christian now. If we're talking like that, I can go without
Captain
Christian.
Charisma's gone, man.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm still your peeps, man. But
Yeah.
All right, fine. Then it's fine. Then I got my 5 already.
So Christian's
Yeah.
gone.
I have mine.
we all agree Christian's gone.
Yeah.
What about now? What are we doing about Owen?
almost
Y'all?
the number 1 match at SummerSlam in SummerSlam history.
But it
And we're
was,
letting him go.
but it wasn't though, because you picked Undertaker versus Bret.
Shame.
What are we doing with Owen?
We're keeping him there.
Whew.
I think he should
I don't
stay on
know.
this list.
I kind of agree with the professor on that. I mean, it's more of a nostalgic thing
Ugh.
but I will say he was a better performer than Bret. We just couldn't see it through.
I think the conversation about Owen would be different if the tragedy didn't happen.
That is so
Mhm.
true.
I think
That
because
is very true.
we would have seen Owen as a world champion, and we would have gotten to see Owen perhaps eclipse Bret, but we didn't get to see that.
Mhm.
So, I think unfortunately, I mean, Owen's a sentimental favorite for sure, but looking at this list, I mean, you honestly, you put everybody else against him. You put Edge against him, Trish against him, Omega against him, and their accomplishments and impact were more and far-reaching than Owen. I love Owen, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Owen can go.
Ooh.
It's, oof.
So we only need one
We got to
more.
remove one name.
I know which
Wow.
one. I already know which one I'm moving. I said it before.
Well, Will still hadn't made Stu Hart red, so I don't know if
Well,
have
I
you
mean,
agreed
no,
on
I mean,
that?
because we kind of like to the 5, so that's all right. They didn't really need to change all the colors yet.
We just got to remove one name, and
Mm.
that's tough for me because I really feel like Kenny Omega belongs.
Kenny can go for me. Kenny can go
But
over
I-
Edge. Over
Edge got
you,
the greatest
Kobe?
entrance of all time.
I think Trish
Greatest pop of
goes.
all time.
Ooh,
I think Trish goes.
I can't
I
co-sign
think
that.
here's
can't.
let me explain. This is difficult, but let me explain. You have Edge, 12-time world champion. The first Money in the Bank cash-in laid the groundwork for what we have now. Involved in terms of tag teams, one of the greatest tag team wrestlers of all time, one of the greatest intercontinental champions of all time, one of the greatest world champions of all time, then turned around and took his talent after 20 some odd years over to AEW, TNT champion over there, still making a comeback, still making an impact over there. You look at Kenny Omega, AEW is built on him. New Japan's surgence around the world over the last 10 years happens because of Kenny Omega and those matches he has either as part of Bullet Club or as part of against Okada. One of the first foreigners to win the G1, becomes the world champion over there. And again, you do not build AEW without Kenny Omega. Trish Stratus, 7-time world champion, massive layoff in terms of her time out. Did not build necessarily during the strongest part of the women's movement. Certainly, you got to credit what she did with Lita as the first women's main event on Monday Night Raw. Certainly very game-changing there. But you stack that against these world championships and how they were. I mean, think about it. Edge really became the cornerstone for SmackDown for many years.
SmackDown 6.
You know, Edge was running neck and neck for a while in terms of an undefeated streak at WrestleMania.
Yep.
These are all things, again, these Edge and Kenny Omega were cornerstones for building companies. Bret Hart was as well. Chris Jericho was as well. Stu Hart was as well. Can't say that about Trish.
But do you get women's wrestling where it is today without Trish?
But here's the question. The question is not the greatest Canadian women's wrestler.
This is true.
I mean, this is where we have to be objective. I know, we are pro women's wrestling, and if we're talking women's wrestling, we got a different list for that, and I think she's definitely on that list. But her accomplishments and her impact against what Edge, Stu Hart, Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, and Bret Hart did, it's hard. So if you keep Trish, who do you replace her with? Who on this list do you take off to put Trish Stratus on?
Man, I'm still rolling with the Kenny thing. I'm still rolling with Kenny.
Maybe it's my lack of knowledge on the history of it, but like I'm still struggling with Stu. Maybe it's my my desire to have a woman represented on the list somehow.
See,
and Trish,
I want to have a woman on this list too. That's what made it hard. And so I was totally good with taking Stu off until the councilman asked that one question. Can you tell the story of pro wrestling without them?
Damn. Trish still doing it too.
Because here's the thing. Trish is significant. Trish, this does not minimize what Trish accomplished, but in terms of the far-reaching nature of this, can you tell the story of pro wrestling without Trish Stratus? Well, we would still have And here's the thing: in that particular era, the only real rivalry we had on the women's point that really blossomed things was Trish versus Lita.
Yeah, she's a launch pad.
That was it. But still in that era, we still had China, we still had Jacqueline, we still had Jazz,
Ivory.
we had
Victoria.
Ivory, we had all of them. And then from there, that moved us to the era of the Bellas and the Divas and things of that nature. And when we come out of that, we move to the Pages of the world, the Natalias of the world, the Beth Phoenixes of the world. And that leads us to where we are today. So
Professor,
I know you don't want to do it. But if we're
Professor,
gonna,
you always know how to make so much
These
sense.
points, man.
He
Oh,
always
man.
knows how to make so much sense.
Man,
out of it.
it got to a point.
It's all factual. Like I'm totally with, but there's just some kind of stubbornness in me, and I don't know if
it's
because
the
this is
emotion connected to
Canadian-
it, because it feels like we're eliminating women's wrestling, and we're not. We're trying to be true to the question that's being asked. And the question that's being asked is, can you tell the story of pro wrestling without whomever is on this list in terms of the greatest Canadian wrestler?
So in you saying that though, that's why Kenny can go.
I feel like
You know what, guys? I'm going to defer.
My way of letting
the story of wrestling without Kenny Omega. Because
I'm going to defer to y'all.
AEW starting, that still credits to what you just said with Trish, Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, all of them were also involved with AEW.
But listen to this, though. Listen to this. Yes, Cody was involved. Yes, the Young Bucks were involved. But let's face it, of all of them at the start of AEW, Kenny Omega was the figurehead.
Yeah, you wanted to see Kenny on weekly programming.
He was the guy.
Cody was the spokesperson. Kenny was the attraction. Let me tell you something. 2016, 2017, the wrestling world is talking about New Japan Pro Wrestling and Wrestle Kingdom. They're talking about the 60-minute classic that happens between Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada. That brings all kinds of eyes into New Japan. And from there is where the Young Bucks start going crazy. Cody comes over, and that's when they start having the conversation. Let's start doing our own thing. It happens because of what Kenny Omega did. If Omega didn't bring those eyes over there, we wouldn't be having this conversation. We wouldn't be at a space where Will Ospreay is over in AEW. We wouldn't have Okada in AEW. We wouldn't have had Swerve as the first Black World Champion over in AEW. We wouldn't have an AEW. And without an AEW right now, the rest of the world isn't eating well. The rest of the wrestling world's not eating well.
And I have this Stu Hart thing is really good, because I just pulled up his Wikipedia just so I could look while he was talking, while Professor was talking. And Will, is that thing again, Impact, and can you tell that story? The list
you can't
of
tell it without Stu.
Yeah, that's why I'm not arguing. That's why I'm not arguing.
The list down.
That's why I'm not arguing. Stu.
Yeah, read some of it.
You have to read the story on like how he developed the dungeon.
Yeah,
but look at who he trained. He trained obviously Brett Owen, Brian Pillman, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho went up there, Davey Boy Smith, Dynamite Kid's there, Gorilla Monsoon's on this list, Tyson Kidd, Superstar Billy Graham, Lance Storm, Just Incredible, Kid Shamrock.
Superstar Billy Graham. If you don't have Superstar
Neidhart.
Billy Graham, you don't have Terry Bollea. I didn't want to say his name. You don't have the muscle-bound, charismatic wrestler that you have right now, which means WWE doesn't do what it does, which means we're not even having the conversations we're having right now without
Stu.
That's why I said
Hyper's on this list.
Arguing Stu.
Stu's not leaving.
Stu's in, man.
Stu's
got my
vote. Stay on the list.
This
Stu's got my vote, man.
So we know. So Stu is staying.
Yes,
Stu's staying. Councilman, I'm still with you though on the Kenny thing though. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm deferring to the group and to the chat, And I will accept whatever comes.
I was like, I get what you're saying with the AEW stuff. I'm like, yo, Trish is still that one that helped pave that stuff for women right now. Like, no matter what it is.
Yes, she paved it for women. Is that, here's the question, is that contribution and the accomplishments, is that greater than at this point Edge's accomplishments or Kenny Omega's accomplishments? And we're talking at this point on a global scale. So let's ask this question. What Trish Stratus did, what is the full, can we quantify what the full reach of that? Do we have any sort of empirical evidence that says that reach expands A, outside of WWE, and B, outside of North America?
So this may be a reach. This may be a reach. I think Trish Stratus is the blueprint between what a women's wrestler and a diva is in one. I think she was the perfect blueprint of like, yo, this is where you started off with a woman that still has the feminine looks and that can go in the ring. This was someone who wasn't muscle bound like Chyna. This wasn't someone who was muscle bound like Sable, but still was able to give in a top performance, being able to have an impact outside of not just the ring, but inside mainstream media with her Sports Illustrated edition swimsuits, the Playboy stuff. Even during her storyline, has epic storylines with everything. Like I said, some of the stuff is like, okay, championship runs were incredible. Like we said, standing on the main eventing Monday Night Raw with Lita, something again we hadn't seen, but also led to the thing of like, oh, okay, we now can see this being the thing of where it's no longer just bra and panties matches. and that made all of that start declining after we saw those two display that. So you tip the scale of women wrestlers being taken seriously.
Yo, I said the same thing. I was like, my IQ just went up here in empirical.
Right. That's the part I got. Then he said, no, like, hold on, let me. I was like, damn it, but nobody talking yet. Let me.
I honestly just tried to start looking up stats after she said that.
I
can find some numbers somewhere.
And just a quick side note. I was just gonna say another side note. Trish didn't pose for Playboy. She received multiple offers and turned them down.
And she declined them.
No, but then she had a not a spread, but she had it was an interview. She had an interview in Playboy.
Yes,
that's what it was. She had an interview in Playboy, so still featured.
But still, you're talking about the mainstream crossover appeal, which that's what Trish had. She kind of invited us into wanting to watch more women's wrestling.
Mm-hmm. And she was what you say? She was the greatest women's wrestler of her generation, right? It's her and Lita at that time. Does that move her up at all?
Are we saying that Edge is here regardless?
I think Edge is there.
I don't think Edge red then.
Yeah.
If we did that, like Professor said, if Edge ain't in here, sham.
Well, he said that about Stu. He said that about Stu.
It's a sham. You got to do that.
This is a sham.
It was Stu. He said that.
I can't. I probably shouldn't say this because this is far from objective, but I personally can't get rid of Trish for my own reasons. As far as watching women's wrestling, she was one of, besides Lita and Chyna and those alike at that time. Even before that, when you had the Alundra Blaze, I was more so just couldn't wait to see more of women. I just couldn't wait to see more. And the fact that they kept throwing Trish and throwing Lita out there, and they were willing and they were getting better every time. It was just like, oh, okay, we might be onto something here where we can actually see women become wrestlers and do it just like that. I just feel like there's that pivotal moment when being a fan and a young girl watching the TV, and you're seeing another girl doing stuff that the guys are doing, and I just feel like that's just something that does impact outside of WWE, that impacts girls all over the world. So I can't take that away from Trish, honestly. So
we're not taking anything from Trish. I want to be clear. We're not taking anything from her. The question ultimately is this level, is what Trish Stratus accomplished in her career have a greater impact than what Kenny Omega has done? And that's really the question right now.
I'd have to say yes. I would have to say yes. The hottest thing right now is women's wrestling, and you don't have that without her.
I disagree. I disagree.
We got to remember when Kenny was set to leave New Japan, he was the big fish, and
He
instead
was
of jumping
huge.
to WWE, he wouldn't help build this new entire company. Best bout machine, all that. I can't.
And he's still the main
disqualify
attraction.
No, and I can't disqualify it. That's what makes this hard. That's why I'm just like, because like both of them had like it's really right here, but it's like I haven't heard anything yet that's given one of them the edge.
So I think the only way this is gonna close, like figure this, the only way we're gonna figure this out is we do a quick flash of a vote.
That feels like 0.5 assassination for me.
Deonne has a headache.
Well, I'm just thinking, I'm taking everything in from it. Where, like, again, telling a story of wrestling. Trisha's had pretty much a 25-year run, right?
8 of those years was a layoff, by the way.
Understandable, but for her to still come back and sort of pick up like where she left off, sort of deal. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's a lot of women credit her for becoming wrestlers too. Very similar, like how we talk about Stu Hart trained everybody. Well, their influences were Trish Stratus, the Sasha Banks, like Charlotte's. All of them were influenced by her.
Yeah,
like that's like
she was the
I don't
blueprint.
know, that's Steph Curry shooting all these threes, and now everybody wants to shoot threes.
Councilman, what'd you say?
That was for the women's division.
So here's where it gets interesting. So it's almost the question of, okay, so what's greater, the inhabitants of the house or who built the house?
I knew you were going there.
Damn it, Damn it, Professor.
When you build a company off somebody's back, it's like.
But is it just his back though? That's the thing. So that's my question. When you start telling that story with AEW, like there's other people that are involved in that happening.
Sure, but they're not Canadian. We're talking about the Canadians.
What Professor's trying to say is Kenny was the draw to AEW.
But by far though, of those 5 wrestlers, Kenny Omega was the draw. There was no questioning that.
Honey.
He's the IWGP. He was the IWGP World Champion. He won the G1. And let me put it to you this way: they knew, because when if you think back to what was going on when we went into 2019, there was the bidding war for Kenny Omega.
Yeah,
the bidding war wasn't and for the Young Bucks, but the bidding war was for Kenny Omega. It wasn't even for Cody at that point. The question was Omega, and let me throw this out there too. The company that Kenny Omega is responsible for building gets authenticated by a signing by someone else on this list, who is Chris Jericho. So without Kenny Omega and Kenny Omega helps to build this company, Chris Jericho puts his stamp of approval as a former WWE guy, becomes the first AEW World Champion. So all of that happens because of the house that Kenny Omega builds.
Then they get the best Shield member too, because of Kenny Omega.
And it creates the space for Mercedes Moné to be able to go over and be great.
Second Shield member
wrestler of all time.
For Tony Storm to become timeless.
Multi-time AEW women's champion.
There's so many.
There's just so many member and the second best horsewoman.
So let me throw one other thing out there, right? For what Trish Stratus has accomplished, and she has accomplished much. If Kenny Omega doesn't do what Kenny Omega does, and we don't have AEW, where does Mercedes, Tony, and all of these other people go? Because they were all housed already in WWE.
Yeah.
And we're not nearly as successful as they are in the new house.
But to your point though, who was the one that inspired them? Trish.
Inspire.
You wouldn't
Okay,
have them
Trish
without.
inspired them, but if they have no place to go,
I mean, that's the
if
thing.
a
We
tree
can't say they
falls in
don't.
the forest and there's nobody to.
But WWE is still here. New Japan is still here. There are other places for them to be able to go. Which is why
Okay,
she
let's
asked-
talk New Japan, because Mercedes went to New Japan before she went to AEW,
Mhm.
and we saw how that run went.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mercedes is having the run of a lifetime right now because she's in AEW.
Darling.
Tony Storm is having the run of a lifetime inside of AEW. The house that Kenny Omega built.
And the blueprint that Trish gave them.
Ooh.
It's right here. I don't disagree with nothing he's saying. I'm
tough.
like,
I'll be here forever with this. Because I can't budge. I
he's
can't budge.
Are there any,
absolutely right in everything he's saying. I'm just like, yo, I am not just like, yo, this he's convinced me with Kenny. I didn't even think of Kenny like that till he just told me all this. I'm like, yo, he's absolutely right. But then I go back to Trish. I'm like, bro, we would not be talking about Rhea and Stephanie and Io without her.
But wait, okay. Oh, well, that's another. We're
We're about to be here forever.
Because
Are
the,
there any ladies in the
question,
chat who can
because the question
break
can
this tie?
become, was it really on the back of Trish, or were there other great women in here? And to me, when it gets back to telling the story of pro wrestling, can you tell it without Trish? The reason why I can tell it without Trish is because during that same era, we have Jazz, we have Jacqueline, we have Chyna, who quite frankly, your Rheas and Stephanie Vicors and Julias and are patterned more after them than they are Trish. When I see Rhea, I don't see Trish.
No.
I see Chyna.
Yeah.
When I see Tiffy, I see Trish.
Yeah. When I see Mercedes, I see Trish.
I see Lita when I see Mercedes.
I see Trish more. And as far as in-ring ability, nope, not even in-ring, but no, I see Trish. It's all right. So then how do we
gotta
figure
make a
out
decision?
Yeah,
the chat should make the decision because we can't clearly.
Oh my god,
It's so tough.
this is very tough.
I'm willing to defer to the group though. But
I say put it to a vote, and if we end up in a tie, let the people decide.
Yeah.
Or do you know?
Or do you make it 6?
I'm about to say, can we roll over and show our bellies? And
we doing the point 5.
And do 6.
After all that, I
You
feel
You
like
make it
that.
6.
I don't have a problem with it being 6.
I don't have a problem debating 6 people.
I feel like Carl.
Is that the consensus?
After
And that
all
because then
that-
the argument becomes, is Trish going to be above number 6 then? And I think that's
we
kind of
still
fun.
in discussions. Yeah, I say
I'm okay with it because again, like you said, like two great points were like not two, but like great points were made for both of these people to now where it's like I can't take Kenny off this list just because of what Professor has stated. But even with what we talking about with Trish, I can't take Trish off this list.
I don't want to, and I don't want to take Kenny off either. But if I had to choose, I know who I'm choosing. But that's just being biased.
But then too, that's when we start.
That don't count.
We're being biased and from the emotional standpoint, and not a more of logical from the list. And I don't think that's fair. And I really don't think that's fair to the point that Professor just made about Kenny Omega.
yeah.
I can't.
Hey, you about to go in timeout again?
For real, man.
It's a wild thing because now like I'm only focusing on like overall impact by these names up here. Like is Kenny's impact more than Edge at the moment because of all of that?
No.
Oh, you can debate that because of the international thing.
I think you can open. I think you can open that door for a debate for that.
Hell no.
Okay.
Kenny ain't never been forced to retire.
If you're really
come back and have a run. No.
What you mean? The injury he just went through.
He had to retire?
It was very on the fence.
Did he have to retire?
What I'm going to butcher this. The diverticulitis.
Diverticulitis.
That
Edge retired, and they told him he could never wrestle again.
That's true. They did.
And Edge came back and main evented WrestleMania and got bodied up by the Tribal Chief. You are
Bodied up and double pinned.
I'm sorry, that ain't even his top things.
I say we rip the Band-Aid off, man.
Okay, Goldberg fan.
How we rip the Band-Aid off?
He wanted to
we just vote. We just go
Let's
for
just
it.
keep it top 4, and we got them right there. They're in red.
That's funny.
Okay,
we only doing 4.
okay.
If we eliminating both of them, Owen going back on the list.
You see, I can't stand
Okay, so let's do this around. Do we vote or make it 6? That's what we'll say. Honey, vote or make it 6.
Vote.
Deonne, vote or make it 6.
Vote.
Mayor, vote or make it 6. Courtney, vote or make it 6.
I'm going with 6. 6.
Professor, vote or make it 6.
Wyatt 6.
6.
I'm going Wyatt 6 as well. So majority wins. It'll be 6 people in the.
Yeah, they did it to us again, Deonne.
Because you know what? Because again though, if I said vote, we're at a tie.
Yeah.
Still,
It's
so
still
I went to the
split.
chat. Yeah.
It's still been split. I think 6 is fine just because of the fact like everything we just talked about. It will make the debate even more interesting.
This shit gonna be hard.
Because look what we just did with just selecting these 2. We still have not, and then we still have to
touch the red.
the other 4 that are red. We now have to debate Stu Hart versus Kenny Omega. We have to debate Bret Hart versus Chris Jericho.
Ciao.
So, are we in agreement that we won the vote? So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the 6 entrants into who is the greatest Canadian wrestler of all time. We will let y'all know when this debate is going to happen. We will have a Canadian moderate this thing to. At a later date. But yeah, these are the list. It is Bret Hart, Chris Jericho, Edge, Trish Stratus, Stu Hart, and Kenny Omega. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up this edition of the Kayfabe Podcast. I know some heads are shaking. That's what these debates.
Professor needs to work for the DA office, man. Like,
Right.
if
I ever need to get off on the case, Professor. Hey, listen,
I'm in
I
trouble.
know you're not a lawyer.
No.
I just need you to come just say like 5 things to the jury.
got me looking at Kenny Omega in a totally different way now.
A whole different way.
I mean, he made me want to go watch like old stuff that I've never seen of Kenny Omega, like early Kenny Omega. Like
I was sitting here ready. I was like, no, Trish, women's wrestling, you ain't gonna never convince me of that.
Also,
Y'all thought the
one
professor
match.
was just a nickname. He just educated everyone.
Everybody.
And also,
completely flipped the whole crowd.
And also, I want to throw in one match with Kenny Omega. Go watch him versus Chris Jericho at the Tokyo Dome.
Two of the greatest Canadian wrestlers.
Courtney's just having a good old time because she knows Chris Jericho made the list. See what I did?
Oh, he was going to be on that list.
Yeah, there's no way.
That
no
was,
way
that was
Chris
hands
can
down,
get in
hands down.
I would be fighting. I would be fighting.
I think it'll be more telling if Chris is not 1, if not 2.
We know who ain't gonna be one on this list.
Oh boy.
Not your list.
We know who ain't finna be. It ain't my list, but we know who ain't finna be number 1 on this list.
He'll always be number 1 on my list. So I don't give a damn.
You know what? There's arguments for it though. There really
is. There absolutely is.
Arguments for
Hitman.
You know, we're gonna be here too long. It's late on the East Coast.
I'm off tomorrow. We could talk.
Professor Professor has a
I know.
has-
I'm just kidding. I'm just totally
little
kidding.
Professor is going to be needing taken care of in like the next 6 to 8 hours. Professor has to get his sleep. And Deonne has short circuited, so he got to go plug in real quick.
I'm thinking of that whole list, man. I'm like, Stu Hart might win this thing.
Low key.
Mm-hmm.
Would not be mad.
Wait, you don't get the whole list without Stu.
Yeah, you don't.
Yo.
We might have already finished this list.
Stu got that off.
I don't know.
We done.
I don't know. We don't know, man. Because we said the story though, but there's still impact moves. Because I remember we have a list for the debate of how we did our point system.
Oh, that's
So
right. That's right.
Right.
That's just gonna start to come into play of which one goes. So, but again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out this edition of the Kayfabe Podcast. We appreciate everybody checking out today's episode. All of the guests falling in today with this. This was an incredible episode. I want to apologize for being a liar. I said we weren't gonna do 3 hours. We did 3 hours, and here we are. But it was a great 3 hours of talking wrestling with some great, incredible people and creating a debate that we know is going to be incredible. And we are at least stating it here. We are banning the 0.5 system
Perfect.
in debates moving forward. So, but be sure to like and comment and subscribe to the channel. Let us know who you think is the top greatest Canadian wrestler in the comments below. Let us know how you thought about TNA Slammiversary as well what's going on as we are leading into SummerSlam. You could be as delusional as Honey in the comments as she is with Bret Hart. We love to always see it, but we appreciate everyone tuning in, and we will catch y'all next week. Tune into our social so you know when we're having our episode. Peace.